No one would have believed in the possibility of life on other planets, and yet minds immeasurably superior to ours regarded this Earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely they drew their plans against us.
Jeff Wayne's The War of the Worlds, the audio drama, an Audible original, available now.
People are trying to hurt me.
Do you know how dangerous she is? If anyone asks, that girl does not exist.
We have to find her.
Why do they want me?
I have no idea who you're dealing with.
Oh, double! Good strat call by Ghost Gaming.
Oh, I got this! I got this! That's a double for the game right here. He wins it!
And this is what Ghost Gaming does.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the E-League Summer Series Invitational powered by Truth. I am joined now by Team Reciprocity, Sleepy Time, and Dezo from Ghost Gaming. Dezo, I want to start off with you. Chaos said yesterday you guys were going to spend some time in a film session watching Reciprocity's last match. What did you take away from that film session?
I mean, we saw their weakness, we saw their bad plays, and we just need to keep playing our game. We are confident. We 14-0 the first team in our bracket, so we know like with this team it will be different. They are a good team. I respect them, but man, I want this trophy.
All right, and what are you going to do to make sure you secure this one to move on to the grand final?
We need to keep calm. I really trust in my team. I know they all want this. We really want this, and we will do it for all the Latin America players. We will do it.
All right, thank you, Dezo. Sleepy time, over to you. You've played these guys. You've even teamed with Identives. How comfortable are you in this matchup?
I'm extremely comfortable. You know, this is championship Sunday, right? And we're ready to go. You know, they 14-0 the last team, but like he said, we're not the last team. We're Reciprocity, so we're here to play. We're going to show them.
All right, and what exactly, you mentioned it, what exactly are you going to do to make sure 14-0 doesn't happen to you? No more perfect matches.
Well, we obviously studied them, and we saw what they were good at and what their weaknesses were, so we're just going to keep up the pressure on them and just outslay them.
All right, guys, no more perfect matches here. I'm going to send it back to you, Benson, at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Interesting kind of feedback there from both parties involved in this next matchup is VOD review and reviewing that session. And Ribs, I really want you to just kind of maybe go a little deeper and explain how truly important that is at the top level.
Well, especially for this event, where this is a brand new game, and all these players, the whole story of the game is adapt. You have to learn and adapt. And they played each other on Friday. I like how neither one of the teams brought up that they played each other on Friday. That was the closest match of the weekend.
Sure.
And, of course, it was Swiss pools, but it came down to Game 3, round 13, right? One of the closest matches. But since then, since 2 days later, 48 hours later, both of these players and these teams have adapted so much that they needed to study yesterday's footage. They had to.
I mean, do you think we see similar maps?
Oh, 100%. I think we're going to see the exact same maps when it comes down to this one. Both these teams love Dam. I think we're going to get the new maps. You know, maybe Dam is replaced for something else, but I don't see it being Foundation, maybe a Forge Blitz.
I know, speaking to the Reciprocity players, they felt in Game 3 it was a big misplay from their POV, so maybe it is just a complete run it back. But I want to start the conversation, Belly, with Ghost, because yesterday, I mean, these guys looked incredible.
Dominated them.
It was insane.
Didn't lose a single round.
I've never seen a game like that before. And the fact that Chaos was getting up and taunting the other team, Glory had no... Glory is... They don't suck.
They're good.
So Ghost is just that good.
Yeah.
They really are. They really are that good. The energy was insane, guy. Ghost looked like they're on a different level.
I'm pretty sure they learned a lot off that matchup when they played Reciprocity into the Swiss rounds. That was super important, and they took that confidence. They knew who they was playing against on Glory, and it showed in that 14-0 performance. They were the only team who has technically not lost a round in our competitive bracket. So Reciprocity will not be that same roster, but I think Ghost has some confidence against them as well now that they have beat them.
But you know what, Blaze? That's a double-edged sword. So Ghost Gaming winning 14-0, they weren't given a challenge. They weren't given a proper warm-up. Reciprocity on the other end, they were battle-tested.
Yeah.
You know, they got the practice. They're ready for the next level of competition.
They played Rise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first map was close, but Rise, I think it was like 7-2 second map. But yeah, if anything, that might give Ghost some more footage. But yeah, there's so much that goes into play. It's very hard to call because, like I said, brand new game. So much learning happening here. There's still stuff that I think they may be hiding from each other. And looking at Reciprocity right now, I know Franchise, one of the longest-standing players, a veteran ever since Gears of War 1, and a captain ever since Gears of War 1, a long-standing leader. I know he has some tricks up his sleeve, not to mention Fatal Strike, their coach.
Probably saved a couple of things, that's for sure. But the one player, for me, and pretty much
right, I think you're going to say, yep.
That man right there, Rushies, yesterday, guy, we casted the game, and it was just, he was a walking two-piece. There was a moment where he ran through all of Rise by himself, guy. He was a force to be
And the emote, too.
The two players on Reciprocity who I was paying the closest attention to was Rezik and Rushies. Gears of War 4 was their breakout game. I know it can be difficult transitioning titles, but they did it yesterday flawlessly, and we saw all the energy that they brought out. Rushies was so influential, and so was Rezik.
Can I say something about Icy?
Yeah.
Because we didn't say Icy.
I was going to say something about Icy.
Yeah, and I know what you were going to say. This game suits his play style perfectly. He's so methodical. He doesn't do anything without thinking about it first. And I'm telling you, without all the smoke clouds everywhere and the shotgun shots being so consistent, Icy can be a dominant player throughout this weekend and throughout the whole longevity of this game.
We'll have to wait and see how well he does in this semi-final. But as we've mentioned, these two teams have already played each other before in the Swiss seeding tournament that happened a couple of days ago. My question is, what maps are we going to see? Is it going to be a complete run it back? We'll take a look now at how the veto process went and see if maybe any of those changes come through. Foundation is out, so it's looking good so far.
Dam is out.
So that is going to be a change. So Ghost decide that they want to get rid of Dam. District will come through. You know, obviously
training grounds and Forge.
Training grounds, and Forge will be the Game 3. Ribs, do you agree with Ghost kind of changing from that last series?
Sure, and it might not have been 100% up to them. I think maybe they Fatal Strike and Fran made sure they didn't have to play Dam again. But what's very interesting is that first map. I think that first map might decide the whole match.
You really think so?
Well, because after yesterday, especially after seeing Talk struggle on District, and District, by the way, is a great new map. I love it. It's symmetrical. It's got great fights. The two other teams that were amazing on District were these two rosters, and they played it completely differently. So let's see how the weapon trees come out. Let's see which team gets to control the pace. We'll see what happens.
Because what happens is that Reciprocity loves controlling the cinema area with power weapons, but on the flip end, Ghost Gaming loves the bottom half at bandstand and just kind of setting up that marks for that hill. So two completely different play styles. I do think Ghost Gaming is the most advanced with their placements, but it's going to all come down to who gets the first win in the round, because if you win round number 1, you can set the pace.
Sure, you're absolutely right. With that said, I hate to do it to you, gents. I know it's hard.
I thought you were the host.
It's prediction time.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
It's not hard?
It's not hard.
All right, Veli, you can go first then.
2 events in a row. 2 events in a row. Ghost Gaming. They beat Reciprocity.
This is a brand new game.
Doesn't matter. Ghost Gaming once again.
It doesn't
2-1.
matter.
I'm gonna take. I'm a side with Ribs here. Okay, I think it matters at least a little bit. But you're gonna go heavy there on the Ghost camp, but for fair reasons. I think it is worth saying. Ribs.
It's very tough to call. Very tough to call. I want to start by saying this should be a close one. And I'm hoping and praying it'll be a map number 3.
Game 3.
Yeah. You said my predictions were off yesterday. My predictions were right, but I kept saying game 3 here, game 3 there. There was no game 3s. Then I said a hot 2-0 was 14-0, so I was spot on for that.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
But yes, it does matter. It's a brand new game. Gears 4 matters as well. I think Ghost may have figured out certain tendencies. Maybe there's a mental block for Rex, so I'm going with Ghost.
All right, Guy?
I'm going to have to go with Reciprocity. Man, Reciprocity, and the reason why is because their leader in franchise, I've grown up with him, you know, since 2007. I've watched what he's done in these pressure situations, and he's been on multiple different Gears of War main stages, and to come into Championship Sunday on a new title, his past experience is going to be able to keep this team calm. But don't forget, you got a coaching mismatch over there on the main stage as well, and Fatal Strike is going to be so influential for Reciprocity.
My boy Demise is an amazing coach.
Demise is great, man.
Come
Fatal
on,
Strike,
man.
though.
Shout out to that Puerto Rican.
He's just very quiet about it. He's quiet about it.
Appreciate your guys' opinions. As you guys heard at home, it's split 2-1 on the desk, but I'm curious to see how you guys at home are thinking. Remember, you guys can vote on Twitter at eLeague TV who you think is going to win the match. I know the poll is up now. Personally, I'm going to have to side with my duo. I think it's Reciprocity. The desk is a full-on 2-2 split.
They're going to have to split it for us at home.
Yeah, for me, this is going to be one hell of a series. And I think the one thing that Ribs actually said before the day even started was every game today
is going to be wild.
It's just going to be insane. It's so hard to even predict any of the games, Ribs.
I think we're very fortunate to have these 4 teams up here representing Gears 5 2 months before the game even comes out. We have a championship Sunday. This is such a beautiful thing.
So much content.
Well, we're excited. I know the fans here as well, and the eLeague studios are excited. As I said, we have a fantastic day of Gears 5. We'll send over the casters for the first semifinal.
Thank you so much, Benson. You got Golden Boy and Colin Clark here at the Boost Mobile caster desk. And, you know, while the desk may be split, you want to know what, man? You want to know who the real winner here is?
Who's going to be the real winner?
The fans. That's right. We rehearsed that, by the way. So there you have it. Yes, because we're going to be treated to a great matchup, and I'm very excited for this one, right? We have 2 phenomenal teams that are going to square off here. And there's also a little bit of a good old-fashioned, you know, AEW, WWE blood feud going on over here, Colin, because you got Reciprocity and Ghost. These 2 teams have met in the past.
This goes a lot deeper than just today, than just the Swiss matches. This goes all the way back to our last event last year in Boston. Ghost Gaming took away the final chance for Reciprocity to win one of those Gears Force championships, but now Reciprocity has a chance for vengeance. And if you ask me, it's Sunday morning. I think we almost might be going to church, because if you want to see 2 teams make us be able to praise the good Lord we got to see this matchup, it's these 2 teams on the stage.
I couldn't agree more, man. We have 2 phenomenal squads here. Ghost Gaming, let's not forget, yesterday dominating their competition, winning 14-0. So that was a 2-0, 7-0, 7-0 slapping. Was it Glory that they played? And Glory, as I had mentioned before, as Veli had alluded to, not a bad team at all. They're a fantastic squad.
I mean, they were here for a reason.
Exactly, exactly. But they made it seem like it was light work. And then if you take a look at the voting results there at the bottom left of your screen, Ghost Gaming is winning this poll handedly, 74% to Reciprocity's 26%. And let's not forget, Reciprocity has a lot of fans on social media. So you know that people are out there getting their Twitter thumbs going, you know, and they're just voting like a bunch of crazy people. So I think we're going to be geared up, ready to go for this next game. It's going to be District, our first map, the new map that has been added to Gears 5. And I've loved every minute of calling action on this map. It's provided a lot of great little bits and bobs about what players can do and how they can take advantage of how the utility works this time around, and also the way that the new weapon placement works as well. Colin.
There's not just a singular way to play this map, and we've gotten to see so many different styles, whether it be putting down marksmanship rifles, whether it be putting down those big power weapons, but one way or the other, we are going to see two teams, I think, go toe-to-toe, blow for blow here, right in the center of the map, because you see both teams putting 2 to 3 members right there in the middle of the two houses, Golden Boy.
This is going to be a little dangerous there. Ices and Rushies had to back away from this one as they're getting knocked down and taking a bunch of damage. The crossing from Ghost, so exquisitely done. And I was talking to their coach, Reciprocity's coach, Fatal Strike, yesterday, asking him what are some of the things that he's looking for in that matchup against Glory. And the thing that he said, and he admitted to me straight up, there wasn't much really to take away because they had dominated their competition. They did not reveal their hand. That makes Ghost Gaming that much more scary in this matchup. And this is the reason why, folks. It's going to be a GG right at the start. Ghost Gaming coming out strong.
So Reciprocity right there ends up getting a bunch of kills early on, and they were heavy-handed with the L triggers.
Reciprocity, excuse me.
No, it's all right. I know with the excitement going on, sometimes you lose track of one way or the other.
I'm an old man. You gotta give it to me.
It's all right.
It's early in the morning.
I'm here with you, baby. I'm here to work with you. I'll keep you right here with me. Hey, it was a long night. You know, fight for the fall. We had to watch it. We had to take it in.
It's very true.
What we saw right there, something that a lot of people wanted to see more of in Gears 4, but we have got it back and better than ever here in Gears 5. Rushies had 3 back-to-back-to-back beautiful L triggers where you aim all the way down the sight, pop that shot off with that brand new Nasher. You saw the hit registration was beautiful. Shout-outs to the dev team making it so good for us in Gears 5, and they got the down, the out. They put the pressure on.
So I do want to speak to that conversation once again with Fatal Strike, because he had mentioned that there wasn't really much for him to take away from, but this right here, this was the thing yesterday, that when that Marksa was put down in the middle of the map, in that one of those mid pickups, right?
The bandstand where Ghost put it.
Exactly. That was something that really caught the attention. You don't want to give that Marksa to Ghost Gaming. You simply do not want them to have possession of that weapon, because they have 5 players on that squad that know how to take advantage of that.
All 5 of them great marksmen in their own right. You saw an early down and an out on Chaos from Reciprocity, but I think Rushies might get called out. They might lose this Marksa just as early, and they do. So GB, a little back and forth for him here in the second round, and it looks like Reciprocity's trying to get a full-on chokehold in the middle area. Sleeper now has picked that Marksa up from the corpse of Rushies.
And remember, folks, when you're down in that DBNO state, down but not out, you cannot get back up like you could in Gears 4. But players can take you out from a distance like you could in Warzone in previous installments of Gears. So always something to remember. When you see a player down, they need their teammates to pick them back up so they can get into the fight. But we're taking a look now at Dezo, who's on the move here. Finds 2 members of Reciprocity right in front of him. Rushies picks up a double off screen. And again, Rushies, this man has been putting that Nasher to such great use. The Dessa covered it in the pre-show. Rushies was on fire yesterday, and it seems like he's going to continue that trend here today.
Rushies trying to turn himself into the man, the myth, the legend that everybody has to keep their eyeballs on at all times. All eyes on me, as a once great philosopher said. But I think what we need to take a look at deeper is Dezo hesitated in that rotation. There was a 2v2 over there, and by the time he got over there, a 3rd member of Reciprocity was already there waiting, lancering down, making it easier and easier. So now they've got to push on this rotation, and it looks like it's come out because Rezik and Icy have both been taken out, to the credit of Ghost Gaming's rotation. 3 members Wolfpack.
Something that this Ghost team does so incredibly well is they roll together, and they're just always watching one another's back. I know that a lot of teams, they put a lot of time into wolfpacking. They put a lot of time into making sure that they can coordinate and work together. But something about the way that Ghost plays, when they want to get a push on and they want to take out 2 players and get some value out of it, they always get their man.
Dezo's going to have to back off here again, even though he's got a backup right there in the middle. They get a great down on Franchise. That's quick. That's great. That's big. Identiv's now with the Marksa. He's just as deadly as anybody. A lot of shots in, so That's a scary situation, and he's going to rotate back over because he realized that lane priority needed to go back towards the cinema area.
Oh, weak player, too. That was going to be Identives. You saw that red hit marker pop up. That means that he connected with a headshot. Lots of damage was outputted there, and the Marksa continuing to just shred Identives. You said it, Colin. Very good with this weapon. This whole team is nasty with this weapon.
I love watching how quick he is to turn one way, 180 degrees, get some more shots in on somebody else, get it down, turn another 180 degrees, get more shots on somebody else. Reciprocity has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
You put more ammo in the weapon, and it just becomes that much more deadly. You're giving him all the tools to mess around with now, and you see at the top, Swarm will win in 1 second, and now, finally, I can say Ghost Gaming picks up their round win. And that was really Identives mid-map, moving around freely, not worrying about being challenged, and supporting with that Marksa, continuing to lay down those giant bullets onto those opponents, and all his teammates needed to do was essentially sneeze on the opposition, and they were going to go down.
So here's something I want to go ahead and point out for our viewers at home, because we haven't talked about it yet. I think right there at the end, nobody for Reciprocity tried to throw their lives away. They just held on. They knew they were going to get triple capped, just as Ghost Gaming did in the first round when the triple cap came through. Nobody wasted an extra respawn.
Yeah.
We take a look at it now. Icy and Rushies all the way down to 3, but 3 members at 5. Ghost Gaming, though, has done a brilliant job of conserving their life. Still 4 members with all 6 possible lives here.
And that was kind of the trend yesterday in the Tox Simplicity matchup versus the other 3 games that we saw earlier in the day, where players were throwing a few more lives in these early rounds, right? And in the earlier matches, early rounds, they were doing that. I think that now players are starting to catch wind, like, let's not throw too much investment too early on, but already out of the rip, it's going to be Ghost Gaming who managed to pick up 2 members here, and that is huge there. Let's actually jump into a listen-in with Ghost.
Uno y me pegó de la marcha. El bunker, escúchame. Ando para afuera, ¿no? Y usted recupera por allá, ¿no? Uno me quiere pushar ya, me quiere pushar ya, Quiere pushar, no, no,
En otro hit, yo tengo más aquí. Cuatro muertos. Sigan. Vamos, con el Leafer, Escúcheme, Serop, tenemos Marcia y Boom, Serop. No, ya no hay Boom, Yo sé, pero estoy escondido. Quiero ver si puedo sacar una kill, Si no me voy a la verga. No, vete, Dani. Nada más que aguantar. Ok, está bien. Tengo que poner Beanzy,
Salgo.
Van a venir para B, güey. Estamos perfectos, güey, están bien pendejos, güey, se los juro.
Están bien pendejos, vamos.
Están bien cagados, así cagadísimos. Vamos a ver. Dame la kill. Rushes one shot.
Hay uno balcón, míralo. Yo te veo, Es Recic balcón también.
Tranquilos.
Cero. Escúchame, solo es una kill y tenemos todo, la posición, güey, tranquilo. Pero este pendejo, güey, tal vez me lo puedo.
No. Yo le doy tal a Rushi si te avanza.
Si sale la Maxa. Yo la puedo coger. Hay uno solo.
Hay uno balcón.
Déjenme hablar.
Hay uno balcón.
Estoy dando Rushis.
Lifer,
mira esa Aguanta. Va a buchar el hit, lo más seguro. Te tiraron algo, mono. Vienen por mí, sí, vienen dos por mí. Ya Recic y Franchi está aquí, Ve.
Vamos donde Dani.
Tiraron choque a mí. Va por el medio. Tira la marca.
Aguanta, tienes como también. Ellos tienen que cortar. Yo le puedo hacer otro.
Pero va a salir boom.
Y tiras atrás.
Yo llevo.
Están puchando dos ahora. Tienen que ganar allá.
Ahora el boom. Hay dos aquí. Voy a moquear. Franchis y Roshis aquí. Vamos a salir y Roshis. Los últimos 2 aquí. Yo le doy a... Uno me está pushando de eso. ¿Me quiere pushar?
Tenemos su juego.
No tiene balas de choco con Dani.
No me morir nada.
Cayó.
Uno para nuestro home. Bueno, cabrón, te amo,
Cúbreme la espalda, que
¿No reaparezco o no reaparezco?
No.
Güey, son unas vergas, güey, neta, güey. Son los mejores.
Sí, huye.
Son los mejores, güey, neta. O sea, neta, se los digo neta, güey. Vamos los mejores, güey.
Ghost Gaming definitely throwing down some colorful language if you see Spanish out there, but they have all the reasons to do so. They dominated that round. The Marksa placement from Reciprocity has certainly come to bite them in the butt, and the worst part about it was that when Ghost Gaming picked it up, they gave it to Sleeper. He gets that Marksa. He's such a great support player. Right away, gets that weapon, instant value with the headshot. Ever since then, really, Rec just couldn't move around the map.
So something I want to point out. I got two notes down here. From those call-outs, from that listening, I got intensity. Every time something was said, it was said with a sheer amount of determination. This must be done. It was very intense call-outs. They had urgency. When the boom shot needed to get that double kill on the B hill, it got it immediately. And finally, Identives. When they needed the good rotations, when they needed somebody to take control of the troops, they looked to Identives right there, sitting in the very middle of their lineup on the stage. So intensity, urgency, Identives. It was a recipe for success all round 3.
These last 2 rounds have been beautiful for Ghost Gaming. At the start, Identives, he's going to get the first blood right away. It's going to leave Franchise now to have to push up, and he's going to be stunned for a moment. Does manage to get the down, but not the kill on Identives, and thus he's going to pay for that one with his life. That's going to be 4 members down. Sleepy Time's going to be the LMS last man standing in this situation, and already at the start of this round, it is all Ghost Gaming. They're riding that momentum from those last 2 wins.
Here, possible triple cap domination. Another economy round. Another economy round. They're not going to put anything in. Franchise came off spawn, so I think that's a wasted spawn.
But
that is a bit of a
back.
bonehead mood. He'll get one back, but because he didn't have to waste it. But I'm telling you right now, here's something that we're going to go all the way back to the beginning of this map if you don't mind.
Yeah, Franchise is going to get that back.
He's going to get that right back. But I just want to point this out for everybody at home. Reciprocity wins round 1. Their first weapon placement is that Marksa. Now, Ghost Gaming can't put it on their home, but in return, Ghost Gaming can use their first weapon pick to give their front spawn an extra flashbang grenade. Everybody on their side now has utility grenades at their disposal, whether it be flashbangs, whether it be smokes. They now, each and every one of them, will have the ability to cut line of sight, to make it a little harder for them to push into that power weapon, which is why I think Identives continues to win that boom shot fight. He stuns out Icy, gets Icy to cover his face, he's blind, he can't move, he gets one shot down by Identives. That's back-to-back rounds that's happened to him.
That initial win from Ghost Gaming, it all just falls apart from there for Reciprocity. Once again, though, shocks are going to be picked up and sent on over. This actually could do a sizable amount of damage. The stuns now start to come into effect. Good placement there as players are going to be tucked away in the corner, but no one's there for the follow-up. The boom shot, though, takes out Chaos. That's going to open the floodgates now for Reciprocity. So I was a little concerned there for a moment, but they did have that follow-up that was necessary to be able to capitalize on that push. And finally, Reciprocity, they're going to win out on that initial.
They were able to win it out based on the fact that they continue to build their home hill. They got the shocks down. The shocks, a big factor. We saw it all day yesterday. Teams were using them perfectly if they were placed in the correct spots. Sleepy Time may get pushed now, though, because look at the wolf pack from Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gang has showed up on the bandstand side of the map. 4 deep.
There goes Identives. He pushes right on forward. Manages to drop Sleepy Time. Icy around the corner. 3 members of Ghost, though. Look at them sticking together, throwing down shots when they need to. Icy, that's going to be a wrap for you, my friend. Franchise had to look at his teammate fall in that exchange, and then Ghost, they're just going to scurry away right out of that last kill. They got the value out of it.
Rezik with the Marksa in hand. He's full red. There's no reason for him to be continuing this fight. He's going to get pushed from 2 sides, and he will get taken out. So as much as Reciprocity tried to flip the map, do a little OE, a little overextension of their forces, it's called out, rotated on. Ghost is playing on a different level after that first round. I know it looked like it was going to be all Reciprocity, but Ghost Gaming, they all of a sudden dropped this sucker into 6th gear and have taken off.
It's so scary when Ghost Gaming managed to do that. They did it against Glory yesterday, and it was not pretty. Granted, Reciprocity, they had I would say, great showing against Rise Nation. But now this is a whole different ball game here, people. The shot grenades are going to come online a little bit. That will open things up for these players, giving them an opportunity. Boom shot as well at the cinema, so look for those shocks to play a role in getting that weapon. Also, Marksa is going to be coming up in around 25 seconds. And as it currently stands, the Swarm, a.k.a. the Ghost Gaming team, are on the path to victory. Chaos, with the immediate kill on Rezik. That's going to be 2 players down for Reciprocity. Monkeys throws down a shot, connects, and that's going to be Sleeper with the follow-up now. And this is not looking good for Rushies. That's 4 men down there for Reciprocity. Players now having to invest and come off spawn here, Colin. What a win for Ghost.
Big win, big time win. And I want to go back. Something else, again, that's new to Gears 5. I'm going to keep harping on all these amazing changes we've seen. Franchise had a great rotational chance to get a flank on 3 members of Ghost Gaming. They've heightened the level that the noise of the footsteps makes, and he was called out pretty quickly as he just ran across the map and got no kills. No downs, no dimes for his time.
Fran needs to win this. Fran needs to win that one for the confidence there. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for him. That was just a battle of 1 versus 1. Yeah. Who's going to get the better of that one? But really, at the end of the day, it's all about the scoreboard, and it will be Ghost Gaming that sits up top 4-1. 1st to 7. 3 more rounds left, and Ghost will take game 1, and they'll be that much closer to our grand finals later on today.
They're going to disable it. They don't want him to upgrade to the drop shot. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. They now have 4 rounds. They can't build a drop there. And if they win the next 3 rounds, it's 7-1, and you never got a favorite play toy of Reciprocity. Because now they don't have the shocks. They can't build up to a drop, and Ghost can continue to do basically as they please.
And I don't think Ghost really cares if they disable their shock, because they haven't really needed it. They've been winning that initial without it.
It's one of those things. That's a power move. They are getting out-thought. What Blaze said in the pregame about Fatal Strike being the better of the 2 coaches, I think is getting a little shine is being worn off, a little tarnish maybe on that, because Fatal Strike doesn't have an answer to what Demise and Ghost Gaming are able to do with these early round weapon picks.
It all spiraled out of control with that first weapon pick. The marks that kind of set the tone, momentum of the match. Flashes are now going to go out. Where's the follow-up? Who's there to pick up the kills when they need it? Chaos having to deal with a player pushing him on the left side, and he's going to just jump on out of there. Rezik gets the boomer, and he's going to be out of this one, but Rezik goes down, and he had the boom in his hand, so now Ghost Gaming, they're going to get the boom shot because he didn't get an opportunity to pocket it. Franchise, the boom shot misses. You hate to see that one happen. Can Franchise follow it up with this? He's surrounded by players, and he will finally go down, but right there, the pain has been felt on Reciprocity. They certainly were not expecting that one to go the way that it did. But the follow-up from Reciprocity now. They pick up 2 kills of their own. They're going to stop this bleeding, Colin.
They got to do something. They're going to have to go to triage if they want to stop this bleeding. This is getting bad and ugly quick. 4-1 already with Ghost threatening 5-1. You see Reciprocity has 2 hills to their advantage, but look at this amphitheater side. You've got Chaos and Dezo, 2 of the best shotgun players on the side of Ghost, trying to hold off what is a 3 to 4 man flood from Reciprocity. So here's the answer. This is their callback, their counterpunch mid-round, but will it be enough to get them another one on the board?
They had to clear them out of the amphitheater. There was no other choice there. They have been owning Cinema this entire time. Now, back at the action is Reciprocity will have the B and C hills currently. Rezik had a challenge from Sleeper from behind, managed to make short work of him. Rushies, his teammate's going to be down, and finally cleaned up at a distance. Comfortable distance. Rezik surrounded. He went in there to try and see if he could pick up some stragglers, pick up some players that maybe weren't paying attention to him. Said he's going to pay for that one dearly.
Sleepy time. I like the positioning because it gives them an angle over most things, but they're going to have to make a decision on who to push. Chaos there might be waiting on that next mark, so that's up at 7 seconds. The boom shot's up at 5 seconds, so they're gonna have to figure out what weapon they're gonna give up because they don't have soldiers in the right spots to get either or. They have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, really no choice. Boom shot's gonna be easily taken for Chaos. Might live up to that name with the boom shot in hand. There's one shot out. Rezik, goodbye, my friend. From a distance, though, Icy. Downed onto Sleepy Time, and Chaos is right there to help his buddy out. Even though they got that boom shot, they're still in this. The score, as you see at the top left of your screen, is going to be 180 to 79 and counting because they have A and C, the 2 home hills, so you can have that boom shot, but they'll take those points. And then the rushing, man. Look at the way that Ghost Gaming, they just pushed them out of A, shoved them out of there like they're yesterday's trash.
Yesterday's trash is still laying all over the street corners, and you see Franchise having to fly away from that home. Look at him, he's gonna try to sneak up again on a flank, but he doesn't really connect with the first shot. Monkeys is still alive in this engagement. Finally, he lived so long that it might have bought them enough time to get away with this. It's gonna be so close. Dezo flying across the map, he's gonna die, but this is the last round of the half, so you have to go ahead and throw all your resources at it, and I believe that will solidify the round win unless B gets decapped as well.
Oh no, this isn't good. Franchise needs to go huge. He can't do it. No, Franchise goes down. 2 players from Ghost Gaming. We're looking right at him, but they should know the Swarm will win. Oh no, Ghost Gaming. It wasn't one hill that they needed, and Ghost Gaming picks up a round 5 win. Can you believe it?
Chaos, both hands over his neck. Dezo slapping himself in the neck. They're calling for the choke here early on Championship Sunday. Ghost Gang is here to stay. It doesn't matter who you call, you can't bust them right now.
The way that they played that, they rushed the home, 2 players giving Franchise no opportunity for that clutch potential. They just played that one perfectly. And now Ghost Gaming, they have another win, and guess what? That shot grenade that we talked about earlier, still going to be locked for 2 rounds. It almost seems like what you talked about earlier, them being able to pick up those 3-round wins, that could come to fruition if it keeps going like this. Identive's going to be tucked in the corner, though, but he's going to have the support of his teammates, and you can't stop this Ghost Gaming team. They're on fire here. Identives has his player running with his tail between his legs, and Franchise has to get out of there, and they're going to win the Boomer.
Correct me if I'm wrong in this one, but Fuego Muy Caliente?
I think you got it, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I tried it out. I had to try it one time.
Listen, I'm a Puerto Rican that can't speak Spanish, but I know that what you said there was 100% accurate.
And we have a break in the action. Everybody was kicked.
Oh.
We have a break.
Something happened.
Something has legitimately happened, and Golden Boy, I'm gonna take us back to the early rounds while we have a moment to talk about it. You just saw it there again. That first round placement of the flash bangs for Ghost Gaming has come into effect so unbelievably well for them.
Yeah.
Just right there, Identives gets into that corner. He throws the first flash, Icy stunned. One of the back spawns makes it to the fight, throws a secondary flash. Icy is still stunned.
Yes, and it was a nice gesture for Reciprocity to put that Marksa down for them. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Now we could just worry about our guys. We can give our guys the utility to have to deal with this. You can see Reciprocity taking a moment to have a conversation. We also do want to let everyone know as well that, you know, while yes, this is a tournament and we have a lot of money on the line and stuff, this very much is a game that isn't even out yet. So sometimes things are going to happen, but we have the best crew in the business here looking to resolve this issue. Reciprocity, they're having a conversation to see what they can do to bounce back into this game. Ghost Gaming, they're riding off of that momentum. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, is Reciprocity going to be able to benefit from this, or will Ghost Gaming simply just close this out? You don't want to miss it. This is E-League Gears 5. We'll see you soon.
We are close. We are so close.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the E-League Summer Series Invitational. Apologies about the brief technical delay. I believe we lost a little bit of power, but everything's going to be okay. Game is paused. You're not going to miss any of the action. On the bright side, it does give us a little bit of time, at least, to dissect what has happened.
Yeah.
Because early on, I don't think this is going any way near as kind of close as we thought it was going to be. Ghosts have come out, and they've made a serious point here, Guy.
Ghost Gaming, man, I am so proud of their weapon placements. They are just so advanced on it, and this map has been set up into their advantage so much.
Yeah.
And Rec made a costly play on that we're going to break down soon as well.
So I may have jumped the gun last night when I, said Rec far and ahead, the best team when it comes to their weapon placements. Ribs, you were right.
It's too early to tell. It's still
Yeah.
5-2. 5-1, sorry.
But
it's a comeback. It's possible. I don't want to jump the gun, period.
It's possible, but just in terms of weapon placement,
Sure.
the Ghost Gaming just seemed super ahead. And you brought up a really intricate kind of detail that you mentioned that Ghosts were actually doing prior. I think it was PR told you about their 1v1s, and they were just kind of trying to metagame the weapon placement system.
Yeah, they were doing simulations where they would play 1v1s, and they wouldn't really care about the fights. All they were just doing was going back and forth with the picks. And I think it was just two
Playing
people doing it,
chess.
but everybody was talking. It's called theory crafting, right?
Yeah.
If you could just run that simulation as many times as possible, think about how it would come into effect in a 5v5 situation, that type of thinking
Preparation.
outside of the box, I'll tell you right now, none of the other teams did that. Maybe they did it a little bit, but not the way that Ghost did it.
It's super smart. It's super smart. And it seems to have paid dividends because as it stands right now with a pause, Ghost is 5-1 up against Rec.
I said it's not a question.
They're cruising. Yeah,
It's not a question, man.
You might have been right. They're cruising through though. Even without kind of the weapon placement stuff that we can kind of talk about, Belly.
Yeah.
They're still playing very, very well just in their shoddy fights.
Oh, there's a reason. Not just a shotgun, okay? The Marxa is absolutely dangerous in the hands of Ghost Gaming.
Yeah.
Sleeper getting the 2-tap in round number 3. Then Identiv's locking down the entire map. Ghost Gaming, they're getting no challenge at all from Reciprocity when it comes to that Marxa drop.
Yeah, we saw a clip of him kind of in that location that we like to call the host spot where he pretty much did not miss a shot and locked down that entire cinema area, which was just phenomenal.
Well, we talked a little bit about the weapon placement. I do want to go ahead and take a look at our map tactics presented by the U.S. Air Force because, Ribs, you were so keen on this. You pointed out a couple of things at the very, very beginning, and it was basically the use of utility in the early rounds.
Yeah, so first round, they've been doing it all weekend. No other team has done it yet. I'm talking about Tox Rec. Ghost has put in their front spawn, gave him an extra stun grenade, because in this game, only the back two spawns have utility. So now 3 players have a utility. Then on the second round, they gave more utility. Look at all these stun grenades blowing up on the side of Reciprocity. You cannot even shoot your weapon while you're cringed. You can still see. It's not a smoke cloud like in Gears 4. Now on to the next round. Stun grenade. Stun grenade. And of course, Identiv's breaking ice on Icy. That's because he has his own front spawn stun grenade. He could throw it before Icy. Icy doesn't have one.
Right.
Utility is everything, and that is the game tactics for Ghost, and it's working out, and that is the meta that I think they're pushing.
I want to add some sprinkles on your game tactics there as well, Ribs. When it comes down to it, you saw the Marxa go get placed by middle by Reciprocity. That was smart because that blocks off Marxas getting put on those home kill sides, right? It's a pseudo block. So now Ghost Gaming can't get their favorite Marxer on their side of the map. But then the utility went down there for Ghost. Where Rec messed up, in my opinion, is when that boom shot went down at Cinema. So they're playing for this big team fight. They blocked the Marxa. Nice, but Ghost Gaming has a extra stun and 2 other flashes that they can level up. So they had so much utility fighting for that boom shot, and Rec couldn't do nothing about it.
Yes.
So I think the boom placement could have came a little bit later, and they need to focus on some more utility to go against Ghost in those big team fights.
I guess the interesting question, and I'll pose it to the entire desk, is your first 2 weapon placements, I feel like you can't go center line with. You can't. You can maybe with one, but with both.
Unless
that's
you
what Blaze
study
was
your
getting
team.
at. You need to build your support trees.
Have to.
And giving utility right in the pocket of one of your front spawn, that's the best support tree you have. A lot of other teams are building one of their trees that can get disabled. You can't disable an extra stun grenade in the pocket of my captain, my front spawn on district, Identivs.
And also, too, we talked a little bit about the Marxa going down middle and Reciprocity having to do that, because if not, we saw Ghost Gaming in that 14-0 yesterday against Glory put it down low at the bandstand. So they like that fight down low on the bottom half of the map. So Rex said, no, if you want the Marxa, you won't get it on your homes and you have to fight for the middle. Agreed with that one, but their next placements needed to be utility.
It isn't even just on the homes, though, right? One of the big things that we saw Ghost do yesterday was changing that fight, putting it down low, the Marxa, even there. So Rec was saying, We know how you play, and we're going to make sure you don't get that play style.
And he tried to counter it, and that's just the whole beauty about the meta when it comes to the weapon drops going down low. But all in the end, basically, to sum it all up, Gears 5 shows a lot of love to the support players and the utility specialists. And Ghost Gaming are coming out on top just because of that.
I mean, you even saw how strong the shocks are. They're so powerful in that down low fight. But I guess here's a $1 million question. What the hell does Reciprocity need to do to get themselves back in this map?
This map?
Is this map over?
You know what? If they can come back, they need to start preparing for the second half fight, which is going to be close because we kind of ended off in like round 6 or so. But hopefully, I think these players will be able to get back into the same position in which they left the game beforehand, and we won't have too much of a delay on that one. But Reciprocity has to start thinking towards the later rounds because they're going to have to win this in a round 13 fashion.
Sure.
And both blocks are used already.
Comes down to
Currently,
composure, and maybe this little break would help them. There's 3 champions on that team. Composure, they're very calm players.
That's what I was going to ask you from a player standpoint. Technical issues, sometimes they happen, right? When you have these breaks, what goes through your mind as a competitor, Riz?
So you need to, for the side of Ghost, you have so much momentum. Don't get down on yourself and think, oh, my momentum's going to be gone. And then on the side of Reciprocity, use this time to regain. You didn't have any momentum, so now you need to think, how can I gain this momentum? This is almost like a timeout. We see it in sports all the time.
Yep.
This was unforced timeout. It's okay, but these players need to be ready for anything.
Yeah, remember my
our technical timeouts.
Technical timeout. Yeah.
Like, man, we getting our buzz kicked. Where the power supply at?
My controller unplugged. Ref.
We need a breather.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? That was back in the old days. But in terms of Ghost Gaming now, you feeling comfortable? Your prediction is coming true?
If I'm on Ghost Gaming, of course, I feel comfortable. But watching this game, I don't feel comfortable enough to say Ghost Gaming is going to outright win this map. Because if you take a look at most of the rounds,
okay.
Even though I say Ghost Gaming should win this map, when you look at the majority of the rounds, it's a game of seconds. They won that round literally by a second, okay? The replays that we showed with the flashbangs going out, it was misthrown. Franchise would have actually won that initial, but his teammate throwing it a second too late,
well, I told
then Franchise. So
goes through it quicker. It's not that they threw it late. Goes through it quicker because their front spawn can throw it quicker. He gets the line of sight quicker. And I have a question for you. How important, because you say Ghost, we can't say they're going to win yet.
No, not
but
yet.
How important was that last round?
Oh, it was everything.
We didn't talk about it earlier when you have the interface, and we didn't know until they capped that neutral hill, and it said COG was going to win. It switched over to Swarm, and that's new in this game. There's some complications in this new escalation, but that makes stuff simple. The casters knew the Swarm win. And going up 5-1 is, we've said it time and time again, 4-2 versus 5-1, that's a big difference.
But you know what? Losing like that hurts a lot. But now that we have this technical break, it's going to be all with the Fatal Strike to see if he could get his teammates' heads in the game now.
Yeah, I think that it'll help.
Yeah.
Is Fatal the guy you look at, Blaze, or is it more your kind of IGL?
I got to go more to Fran.
Because you saw the guys huddled up, and there was a pretty serious debate.
It was Fran talking. It was Fran trying to get the team back into it. And, Fatal is going to be the support to him. And he's going to take that message in, help make sure he can apply it to the guys on Franchise's left and his right. And we'll see if Reciprocity can make this happen.
Wait, real quick. Trash talking Gears of War is the best thing ever. They didn't catch it on camera, but while Reciprocity was in the huddle, fans got on top of him, started screaming out, Mexico!
In the States.
In the States.
Can't watch these live fans out there.
We appreciate you guys. Big fan support for Ghost. You love to see it, and rightfully so. Because
gotta love them.
They've played very well so far, but the job is by no means done. You're only at 5-1, and this is what's interesting because last year in Gears 4, it almost felt like when you lose a round, you get to place a weapon. It kind of helped with comebacks, just a tad.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case, Guy.
Nah, you got to earn that first round weapon placement is so crucial. And, Ash was able to kind of explain it to me a little bit yesterday because by them setting the pace of it, they are able to kind of control the next tone. I'm still trying to understand it myself, but you see Ghost having control over this map, having that first weapon placement.
And it goes a little deeper, too, because, Gears 4, at halftime, all the weapons were removed off the map, right? So if you misplay or you get outplayed in the first half back in Gears 4, no worries, we'll clean slate going into the second half. Gears 5, no. You play something on the map.
Not at all.
It's there to stay, which means if you misplay or you get outplayed in that kind of element of the game, it's going to cost you pretty hard, Veli.
Also, the shock grenades are crazy. The shock grenades are OP, man.
So it's all strategic now.
Well, not OP is too.
It's not OP, but they're
balanced.
Yeah. So now that the smoke stuns are gone, all of these utility placements that we have now that existed in Gears 4, they're now prime examples of this domination. You could throw those shock nades to deny entry into the hill, to deny entry into the boom shot pit.
I
love it.
I do want to point out, because you obviously talk about the shock grenades, how powerful they are. You're seeing more and more teams kind of opt for them. Reciprocity is definitely one of them. And one of the key reasons because of that is because you can't tap up anymore, Ribs.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's very realistic in the sense that if you're down, you're in trouble. You know,
yeah, you are.
We talked about it earlier. How many shooting games even have a down and out system? And the fact that Gears does now, and you can't self revive, and you could die from across the map. You got to be smart. You got to think about everything you do. And I think Ghost is doing a good job of that in their weapon choices and their strategy of where they go and how they do their team fights. That we talked about their wolf packing yesterday. They just seem to be on a very high level.
Yeah,
and
their timing is
and to kind of add to that, I would say I'm disappointed with Reciprocity because I praised them yesterday for the cinema fight that they're losing now currently on District.
Yeah.
Because what they did that was special, and to that boom shot, it's only 2 entries. It's the hop over, and then it's the front way where both teams are coming in. Reciprocity had got shocks early on. They built up that home, and they had put that boom down, and then they got perfect placements on the 2 entryways. It gave them a free boom every single time. But what messed them up from doing that was trying to block the marks from Ghost. Now, at this point, you just got to say, hey, you know what? Y'all can put the marks on y'all home, but we got to have some faith in our support players and Icy picking it up and Rezik using it and those guys being great.
But that's almost a bit of a problem because Rec, when you think of the marks, is they don't necessarily have that standout player as opposed to Ghost.
Well, somebody got to step it up.
And they can't do that anyway because we know Ghost wants a Marksa on the map so bad they'll put it in the middle. So if you can't put a Marksa on the first pick, so we're all still learning the weapon trees.
But to get the jump though, to get the jump towards the fight,
Ghost will put it on the first pick.
They'll put it down low.
Yeah.
They would just put it down low.
Ghost is getting that Marksa regardless.
At some point, they're putting that on the map, and you're going to have to play around how they want. So basically, the decision Reciprocity had was, we can put it down on our terms and try and take a fight we want or would / prefer, or Ghost will put it down, and we're going to have to take a fight that we know they're good at. So it's kind of picking your evil at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much.
And I got a twist for you because we kept saying, play to your team's strengths, right?
Yes.
And their first weapon placement was reactional to Ghost strengths.
Yes. You got to set the pace.
And look at where they are right now. They're 5-1.
Bingo.
So.
Bingo. You have to set the tempo. You have to set the pace. One of the big questions, though, I do have briefly is, think about it this way. The other semifinal, right? You're probably sat warming up, right? Getting ready. Big day ahead. A lot of money on the line. But you're also probably watching this game, Ribs. You're probably kind of, getting some insight.
Sure.
What's the number one thing you think, the likes of Tox or EU's Finest have probably learned here about Ghost Gaming?
Well, that's the thing. It's that you don't want to learn about Ghost right now. If I'm EU's Finest, I'm thinking about Tox. If I'm Tox, I'm thinking about EU's Finest. Sure, it can come into play. Ghost hasn't even won the match yet. You just got to be very focused. If you do have a strategy at this point, which I hope they do, they spend a lot of time. I do think these teams have the more panned out strategies, but use Finest and Tox. They just need to stick to their guns, make sure they're warm, do whatever you do. This is championship
top dog
Sunday.
yet. Exactly.
Yes. That's true. Well, as it stands, it is Reciprocity down 5-1 to Ghost Gaming in map number 1. And obviously that question is actually going to have an answer because I know Jordan actually caught up with a couple of the players ready to play, and they got their thoughts on this exact match. We'll be back after this with the thoughts of the players.
What do you want from me? Why don't you want from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Play 4 days early with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
It makes me feel so good. I love them too. Got the power now, I'm far from where I stood.
Someone's auctioning murders on the dark web. I'm gonna teach them a lesson they'll never forget. But they don't play by the rules. Luckily, neither do I. I am Winter, and I'm coming for you. Winter Dark, an Audible original. Available now.
We need to talk.
I assume this is about
Armageddon. Yes.
Welcome back to the E-League Summer Series Invitational powered by Truth. I am now joined on stage by Solars of Tox Gaming. Now, you guys were in the back watching, just hanging out. What have you seen so far that sort of impressed you or made you like question in this match?
Ghosts, yeah, they're playing very aggressive. I've never seen them play like this before, and I'm looking forward to playing them, to be honest.
Oh, so you're already counting Reciprocity out and we haven't even seen map 2?
I mean, who knows, but they're playing great, so we'll see.
All right, you're right about that. So Simplicity, yesterday you beat them. It was a really dominating match, and the first map was pretty close. Were you ever worried at some point that things might not go your way?
I mean, with the players I have on my team, I'm never worried, to be honest. But we kept our composure, and it was shown last night.
Okay, and looking ahead to your matchup against EU's Finest, you played them in the Switch stage. How comfortable are you in that one?
We're very comfortable. I haven't lost to them in a while. I'm trying not to jinx it, obviously. But we're obviously comfortable playing them. We know their tendencies. We watched film last night, see what they like to do, and yeah.
All right, guys, they are comfortable and ready to go. Benson, I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jordan. It's great to hear from Solars. Thanks for taking your time out of your warm-up to come and share your thoughts. And it's interesting to hear him say, Veli, there, Ghost playing so well, the best he's ever seen him play.
Yeah, because you got to remember, Ghost Gaming was a team that was giving Tox a run for their money at the end of Gears of War 4. So they've been keeping an eye on him this entire time.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? You want to know about your competition. But throughout that kind of little commercial break, we were talking about just the importance of that weapon placement and just how Ghost is really approaching it. And it's very, very different, Ribs. Opting to give your front spawn extra utility off the rip might actually be, too early to say, but could be the best possible thing you could do after winning round 1.
Yeah, and Blaze said it perfectly. You're setting yourself up for anything. It's like when you give yourself extra utility, you're more flexible. When you're more flexible, you have more options, and a great team with options is going to pick the right one.
And it makes perfect sense because you can counter anything as long as you have that stun, right?
You definitely can. And if you have a team that makes a play like what Reciprocity did and plays to your strengths so they can block something off the home hills, then whatever they put in the middle of the block, you got the smoke and stun to get it regardless anyway off the next round. So play to your team's strengths to start the game, get that utility.
Rec are going to have a very, very hard time, though, coming back into map number 1. Down 5-1. Ghost playing lights out Gears of War 5. It's going to be tough. But moving forward in the series, you talk about maybe map number 2. We go over to Training Grounds. Is that maybe where you could see Rec come back into the series, Guy?
Yeah, you know what? Training Grounds is a good map and is one of Rec's better ones to play to their strengths because you got the Lancer angles. You have those long-range sight lines when you like to control that U up top. Also, the one thing that I thought was pretty cool about Training Grounds, the shot grenades on the B hill across the center line, you can get 3 of them.
Yes.
And the way that the entryways to approach that B hill is very narrow. So you can typically lock it down, throw a shock at the entry point, and just, pre-fire the next shot, and the next shot, and you intentionally force them to go around. But if you have control over you have the sight lines above, and you can catch them in a nice little trap. A lot of things you could do on that map. And Reciprocity, they're quick on their feet.
You know what, Ben? I'm going to have to disagree just a little bit. Blaze is talking about, Training Grounds can be well for Reciprocity. Blaze, I love you. But from what we see right now, the team with the best team fire is Ghost Gaming. You can't question it, man. They're locking everything down. Whenever Reciprocity runs into cinema, whenever they run middle map, they're always getting down. If they go to that wide open map, it's trouble, man.
Yeah.
We might not get a third map, Ribs.
So I know the mindset of Rec. So, yeah. I'd be heartbroken, but at the same time, Ghost was my pick for this match.
Sure.
But I'm just thinking if I'm Rec right now, obviously try to bring this back. It's never over till it's over. We've seen comebacks like this before.
Yeah.
But that is Reciprocity's pick, map number 2. If we do lose this first map, I tell the boys on to map number 2. And that's it. You know, just put that in the past.
That.
Yeah, and that's our pick. And then with their strategy, they might have to tweak it a little bit, depending on how bad the map 1 has been going.
I love Ribs. When we were playing in kind of like the Talon War, when we were trying to learn the game, I picked him first pick every time I possibly could because he's such a good teammate, and that's the kind of composure.
Is that why, or he won champion?
Well, that, and I knew he was going to carry me, obviously. But to the point.
But you didn't first pick
there's
me,
not.
though. All right.
You were the captain on the other team for a couple of those, so how can I first pick the opposite captain? Don't try and do me like that. No, not today.
And we were teammates for that one match.
Yeah, we were actually.
With Colin and PR, and that was a lot of fun.
We put a content creator.
Yeah, they had to
That's a sad
get that sauce real quick.
They were talking some smack on
I told
Twitter.
them I had time for them that day.
They left Atlanta real quick. They hopped on that first plane. They got all the way back home. They couldn't handle that 7-0.
They got their YouTube footage.
They beat me with Shady. They beat me with Shady and you on my team, so I had to wait for PR and Ribs to get here, man.
I'm
Shady.
The problem for those guys, and I love them to death. They do great videos, but their video is going to be real short. They're getting 7-0'd by the time. It's not going to be long enough, man. Next time we'll make it a little closer. I got you. I have a rematch.
Well, we love those guys, and shout out to them, man. They
We
do
love them.
such great things for the Gears community, and they've been making content for years.
Oh no, they're awesome. They really are. But in terms of, again, just to pull things back to the conversation, the game currently on the main stage, Rec down 5-1. It is not going to be easy at all to come back into this, but as Rip said, it's possible. It's everything from the desk. We'll get back into the game and send it over to the casters.
All right, well, thank you so much, fellas. And there's been a lot of movement, a lot of things going on over here, so we just wanted to make sure that everyone's on the same page now. A lot of discussion about what we just saw in map number 1, and map number 1 is still going on. It is 5-1 currently in favor of Ghost Gaming, but just to kind of reiterate, and some of the communication that was given to me right before it came to us in talking about this. So the way it's going to work is like this. As we all know, that lock went down for the shock grenades on both sides. But what ended up occurring was that because of the fact that the game went to a stalemate when the players had lost power, when the boxes had lost power, that means that a round went down for those shock grenades. Now, what's going to happen is this. As you see here on screen, shock grenades are going to be available, or not available, for one more round. The next round, both teams have agreed to not touch the shock grenades for the next round, even though they're both going to be available, because they want to make sure that the fairness is being kept for those for that weapon. So it's a little convoluted. We'll get to it when we get to it. a lot of that was coming at me pretty hot there. And as we all know, I'm not the smartest nor the sharpest tool in the shed. So it took me a little while there, Colin.
I'm not the brightest crayon in the box either, but I'll tell you right now, I'm going to liken it.
You come up with so many like, just better phrases than I can ever imagine. So I do not see a world where you were not sharper than I am. Okay?
But I'm not as bright as you are, baby.
If you are a knife, I'm a spork. Okay?
Like
you know?
Toy Story 4 was?
Yeah, sure. In any case, so it seems like we had another technical issue, and we apologize for that one, folks. Obviously, this is still pre-release content, and these things do happen. So once again, apologies, but we will make sure that we get right on it. For now, though, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, Reciprocity versus Ghost Gaming. We'll get this one going.
The fascists can be beaten. It's in our hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the E-League Summer Series. Once again, apologies about the brief technical delay of the first semifinal of the day. It's a great series, Reciprocity and Ghost. And for those of you that don't know, there's a big, big rivalry between a couple of those players, former teammates. And what I want to do is check out a clip which really goes in depth and breaks down that massive rivalry from the recent TV series. Let's take a look.
E-League is brought to you by Axe, official partner of E-League, and by Boost Mobile. Switch to Boost Mobile's best family plan. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
This is the Switch Moment, presented by Boost Mobile.
The moment my career took a turn was definitely when I signed with the organization Ghost Gaming. I was able to help my mother, my family. It was the greatest feeling ever. That set my career on the path because, you know, I was financially stable and I could see my life take a turn because I was going to school and then I started pursuing gaming full time. So I had a hard decision to make, but I'm glad I stuck with this.
Motivate Gaming against Ghost Gaming. We're starting off Escalation on Foundation.
Throughout season 1, Ghost Gaming, we had a third place curse. Like no matter what happened at these events, we would always get third place. It was third. But deep down, we always wanted to show that we are that team and we could make it to the next level together as long as we learn through our failures. During the off season, you know, I had my eye on Danny, also known as Identives. He's the king of Mexico.
Identives taking
Identives! That's a double!
Identives, 24 kills. What a game from him.
This guy is an aggressive player, fancy. You know, he could do anything on the team. He's such a great player, and we had our eye on him, and Ghost made it happen.
Identives showing why he was formerly the Latin American superstar, trying to make a name for himself.
Hola, I'm Daniel Velasco Santillana, and I'm a professional gamer for Gears of War. I think the movement and the shotgun and you're gonna chainsaw somebody, that was dope. Best. When I get that guy, I was chainsawing everybody. I was like, oh damn, like that looked nice, I want to do it again.
When Ghost finally picked up Danny, you know, I was extremely happy being able to play with the King of Mexico. The first month of us teaming was actually a bit rough, I would say, because his English wasn't the worst, but he had to learn a lot of the vocabulary that we use, you know, when we play these maps where we have to know particular call-outs of areas on the maps to, you know, tell each teammate where the enemy is, you know, so he had a lot of trouble with that. Me being bilingual and actually going through that early on in my life, it was easy for me to help him, and I understood. And his frustration, let's say in practice, he wasn't doing as well, I would understand, and I got him through that, and I was that mentor and also the team captain there whenever he needed me.
Playing with Yari in the beginning of that team, it was one of the funnest stuff. We used to talk in Spanish sometimes. Está rojo, me pone. See, sometimes he used to say like, Diablo. I was just like making fun of him, and he used to make fun of me. He's just like I would describe it like one of the funnest teammate, and even like in game nice, because he used to direct people good. Like when times got hard, he wasn't the type of guy that will leave.
You know, him being on the team, we had a lot of firepower, a lot of smarts, you know, rotations, the crosses, the angles, you know, just the teamwork. He brought all of that into play. We attended Mexico, right? Which is, everyone knows, it's like the Super Bowl of Gears of War.
This is the first map of the Gears Pro Circuit, Mexico City Open, and this is the perfect first round here for Ghost Gaming, using the energy of the crowd.
It's a great rotation from Identives. He single-handedly saves Rushy's life. Sleepy Time takes that one. Headshot, and Ghost Gaming is going to slay out. They want to end this now, and they are going to. Well played by Ghost Gaming.
Sleepy Time, I think he has had an incredible event. Sleepy Time has showed that he is a top caliber player. Identives got us back.
We were playing out of our minds. We really trusted each other. We worked on all our weaknesses, and it showed in our gameplay and our team's ability to win.
Ghost Gaming, they're moving forward. They're going to the grand finals. Ghosts need to do the unthinkable. They need to beat Uptick Gaming not just once, but twice. Ghost, they cannot, and I mean this, they cannot throw this one away.
That's one thing about outgaming. You don't want to give them time to think. 9 out of 10 times they will outthink you and they will outplay you.
Winner of this round, if it's up to gaming, they take home your championship. If it's Ghost, force a game 3. For the game right here, he wins it! Oh my God! He
In that particular event, we placed second place, which is the first time we ever broke the curse. It was such a huge accomplishment because the only other team that we lost to during that event was the #1 team, Optic, you know, and they've been the #1 team for a while, and, you know, having to beat them was no easy task. So I saw that gap as just, you know, a way to keep working hard and, you know, trying to get to that #1 spot. After placing second place in Mexico, trust me, it was not good enough. Now we came from third place to second. There's one more step. It's #1, baby. Leading into Vegas, Ghost wanted us to do a boot camp where we're all together, you know, to build that chemistry, be focused, be tunnel vision, because sometimes at home, you have a lot of distractions. So coming into place where everyone on your team, you know, you're all there, you're all focused, you're all training. You know, we even had a chef, his name was James. He would cook us crazy meals. I don't know what this is. This is a mushroom, I guess, but I just put it on the plate to make it look good, but I'm only eating this. Because I'm hungry. So you gotta make it look like pasta. James. Mira, jugos también, look. This is, wait, what is it? Iced tea with lemonade. Iced tea, half and half. It's Arnold Palmer. Usually this costs about $5, but you know, chef hooks it up. Who wants iced tea, man? It was amazing because, you know, we was eating good and we felt good. We also had a gym on the 3rd floor, and we will go work out every morning, literally at 9:30 roughly, and to get our day started. And then from there, we would go into the theater room, which was our VOD, right? We would watch footage on other teams. And from there, you know, we'll break down certain strategies, see what the other team is doing, how to take that away from them, what counters could we do, you know? So we all came together, and we also made a strat book, right? The strat book is, in other terms, is also a playbook. And the strat book is basically a book of strategy and guidelines of what you need to follow to make sure you win. So we made a strat book together, and we review it at the event, before the event, anytime, basically, any free time, we would review the book. We show up in Vegas, you know, we're playing out of our minds.
Dennis is super aggressive. He's playing his fight very methodical. Sleepy time, he's turning up as well.
This is what Ghost Gaming does. They're flashy, they in your face, aggressive plays at all times.
Literally playing so smart, using our teamwork, using our angles, you know, we're really picking apart all these teams. That whole event, you know, we had some close matches, but we pulled through. We beat every single team, and we went into grand finals.
Now we're gonna kick things off on map 1, the Las Vegas Grand Finals, Ghost Gaming against Able.
It's like Ghost Gaming's gonna win this fight as both members identity and Rib picking up a pair of kills.
Ghost Gaming takes map #1.
They're on series point right here.
Ghost Gaming, King Crim clutch up, win the fight against Rib. He survives the boom shot, he goes down, and Ghost Gaming wins Vegas.
You know, we were hyped, we carried that momentum, and we won it all. When I tell you, it was the most amazing feeling in the world. I couldn't describe it. I almost cried, literally. When I look back and I see my emotion on my face, I didn't even know I looked like that. I had veins, literally teary-eyed, you know, just holding up that trophy was such an amazing feeling, and it's something I will never forget because I'm a winner. You know, and no matter what happened in my life, you know, I stood positive and I kept going forward, and I accomplished something I always wanted to.
Welcome back, everyone, to the E-League Gears 5 Summer Series Invitational, powered by Truth. We're here at the Boost Mobile caster desk, getting ready for this matchup. Now, if you're just joining us, we had a technical pause. It was a power outage and the issue that had occurred that led to us having to delay a little while so we can get this matchup going. Reciprocity down 5-1 against Ghost Gaming, and you just saw a great piece there from Sleepy talking about this journey that he's been on, and it really has been just. It was a magical road for him, but now he finds himself in different colors this time around.
It's an up and down roller coaster without a doubt, but I think we saw in that piece, you know, Sleepy Time talking to their Chef James a little bit, and I wonder who Chef James would pick as his ingredients for a championship team. Would it be the guy still under the Ghost Gaming banner and Identives, or would it be the couple of guys sitting across the stage from him in Sleepy Time, Rushies, Fatal Strike, all former members of that championship winning team with Ghost Gaming way back when in Las Vegas?
Yeah, certainly will be a question that I'm positive will keep Chef James up at night. But I think that the thing that has really been so impressive from Ghost Gaming is their ability to recognize what their opposition is going to do, what they're bringing to the table, and then just adjust on the fly. Really put the priority, as the desk had stressed and talked about, the utility. It is so important. I think it was Veli who had said that this game is given to love to the supports, right? And that is the reason why we're seeing so much of an emphasis being placed on these flash grenades, on the shock grenade, on even the smoke grenade. Even though we haven't really seen it that much in this particular game, it has value. There's so much you can pull away from those grenades.
Well, it's become, like we've said a lot, we've used this analogy quite often, and I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but we keep saying it's 3D chess with hulking monsters. It really has become this chess game. You no longer just have, you know, cannon fodder that come out of respawn every chance that they get and possibly die in the next possible engagement. Now you have this opportunity for, well, we've got this, so let's counterpunch them down on the bottom half of the map, make sure that we make something happen where our strengths are and not where theirs are, based on what weapons you place and who possibly has a certain amount of respawns or lives left, because we all know the respawns and the lives in this game are heightened. They're cranked up to a factor of 15, it seems like, because all of a sudden you're finding yourself down to only 2 lives, or maybe 3.
Well, we are still waiting to jump into the game here as players are waiting to get back into this. And you can see Chaos kind of directing traffic and addressing some issues there. You know that Reciprocity wants to dive back into this one. We were roaring and raging right through this game. It was intense. One has to wonder how this downtime has affected Ghost Gaming and the run that they were managing to put together. And then, most importantly, how has Reciprocity managed to use this time to be able to regroup, get their heads back into this one, and then, as we would hope to see, maybe bring that comeback and potential in this game. Make that comeback a reality. Are they too far down the rabbit hole at this point, Colin, to come back into this game?
If you're going to ask me that right here and now, my answer for you is honestly no, because this is a completely different game than what we're used to. We used to see people get down by a big deficit and never ever have the ability to crawl or scratch their way out of it. In this game, in Gears 5, you're able to manipulate the map a lot better. You're able to put a weapon somewhere that the other team might not have an answer for. You've got to find that positioning, though, if you're Reciprocity. They keep posturing themselves for a power weapon in the cinema area, and they've been losing it, and it's all based on that utility we keep going back to. So now Reciprocity, with 2 of the best minds in the game's history, have to get together, huddle up, and say, how do we go about making sure that we can posture ourselves for the correct weapon placements going into the second half?
Here we go, folks. Back into the game we go. Time to wake up if you're here in the E-League studio. And for those of you watching at home, back in the action. And we're going to be on board now with Icy from Reciprocity. Reciprocity going to be the cog in the blue. Ghost Gaming, the swarm in the red. And Identives immediately is going to pick up a boom shot kill on Icy, sending him back to the respawn.
And now Rushies is stuck in this 1v1 right here against Sleeper in the middle of the map. He pushes forward, too much over aggression, and 3 members quickly, back to back to back, die for Reciprocity. They're already on the back foot. We come right back, and it looks like we never even stopped.
Yeah, Reciprocity, again, that downtime, I was wondering if that could have been an assisting factor for them here, but it seems like Ghost Gaming, once they're on that run, there is nothing that was going to stop them from being able to take advantage of this game at the start now. Ghost Gaming will have D and E hill covered. The F hill will be for Rec as it currently stands. Ghost is gaining this lead, And already things start to slow down. We saw this a lot yesterday in that Talk Simplicity matchup where players just decided to take their time. And I think that Reciprocity needs to respect it, and they are. The Marksa of Sleeper, when that quality support player gets that weapon in his hands, it ceases to become just a marksman weapon. It becomes a power weapon.
I'm going to go ahead and make
Look at this. Look at that.
There's another headshot from Sleeper. I need to make an observation here. Your best bet now, since Sleeper continuously gets this Marksa, is what Reciprocity needs to lean on, is they need to try to get smokes out.
Through the grades. He did not even expect it there. He was like out through the grates and the fences, looking right at him. And this has just been dominating from Sleeper.
Sleeper right now must be nicknamed DJ Khaled. He's got that in his hand. He said, and another one.
I don't know if you necessarily want to go that route, Colin.
Okay.
As a person who has had explicit experience with DJ Khaled,
my bad.
It's just not the route we want to go here for Gears. I'm kidding.
I just figured, you know, he keeps getting one after the next.
This is very true.
Maybe we call him the Domino Man. I don't know.
Oh, well, Monkeys though is going to get two, and that actually was one of his teammates, Identives, who goes down there. Could maybe be the catalyst to give Reciprocity the opening they needed, but Sleeper, he's going to punish Sleepy Time, who pushed on forward. That's another headshot for the Marksa God. 38 seconds, Ghost will win.
You have to collapse here. Look, they have the two home hills. They're sending members down that middle area. They're going to go ahead and get this break. Icy's going to try his best to just stand on it. Make them make the move. You got to make them make the move now. Stay on that hill.
They got to stay on it, and they do manage to get possession of E. Where's going to be the pressure from Ghost Gaming now as they've been tucked away in the corner? Rushies, look at this team pushing him forward. That is very well done, making them go back to their home and having to regroup. I like the fact that Rushies gets inside of this room here to try and get possession of it, but instantly gets chunked. That's two players down. The advantage that Reciprocity had, it just went away in a heartbeat, and now it is going to be Ghost Gaming. In 5 seconds could win this one. Sleepy Time could be the hero that this team needs. He's going to be out of the fight, though, and the pickup happens. 2:45. They just need one hill, and that is going to be a wrap. No one challenging them in the neutral, and GG. Ghost Gaming are at game point after that extended pause.
All right, so here we go. At the very end there, I'm going to pick you up with a little deep dive into what happens. You have the two members of Ghost Gaming set up above the first half home hill. Rushies, he goes for a brilliant flank through the juice bar. He gets inside of it, and he's still roadie running. He's trying to get to a position as fast as possible. He is not expecting the fact that the third member of Ghost Gaming has now come back off spawn and is going to meet him in that juicer, because he's going to head down out of spawn, and Rushies is still head downing for his flank. They meet each other. He misrolls into the corner. Bang, bang,
What
pow.
could have adjusted there? What could they have done, Rushies have done different? Maybe bust out the Lancer and then try and just put the pressure with the Lancer fire?
If he puts pressure with the Lancer fire in the back, that positioning member for Ghost Gaming has to either push forward into the jaws of the rest of Reciprocity, or he has to pull back, and Rushies is good enough, and with that distance, that medium range Lancer, he could have had time to pull that Nasher out. So a little misplay from him causes that last gas push to fall apart.
Now, again, folks, I want to reiterate, I believe that because we had that stalemate round, we lost one round of the locked weapon of the Shocks. Both of these teams have agreed not to go for the Shocks, so the Shocks technically still locked in this game, or in this round, I should say. So what you're seeing right now, players, oh no! Identities, he takes out himself and his teammates, and that is going to give Reciprocity all the momentum that they need.
I think Rushies needs to go ahead and OE right here, get the home hill of Ghost. You see a big flank coming out for Franchise. Franchise has to get these shots on, though. If he cannot get enough damage on, he's just going to literally have to pull himself back. This is a terrible position for him.
He has to know that he's around the corner. He did not catch wind of Monkeys. Luckily, his Nasher does manage to connect, and that could have gone south real quickly there, Colin, had he not seen that player on the left side.
It's not often you misposition yourself in Gears and you end up winning the gunfight. Franchise, big time play out of him. You see Rushies with the Marksa in hand, and that thing with as many bullets as it's got, it is quite the force to be reckoned with, but Rushy's little...
He needs to be careful.
Little roll there almost gets him a full red, and he has to back on up. So now you see the defensive wall stand up for Reciprocity. They're down 6-1. This is the point, though, where Ghost has the ability to maybe farm a few of those lives, because if you're wrecked, you don't have an option not to respawn. You have to give resources now to win rounds going down the road.
They're going to take Rushies over to Juice now. That's the position you're seeing. So like the green side, if you want a more of the color reference, on the other side will be the blue. I know Benson likes calling that what it is, but this is where you want to bring this Marksa. You get the lay of the land, vision in the mid, looking at who's going to be lingering around Cinema. You can also shoot through those grates as well, as we saw Sleeper do earlier on. And with the Marksa, this is looking good, but Rushies has to be careful, and he gets crossed. He gets caught outside, and I don't know why Rushies decided to go out from Juice, but hey, there's a reason why he's up there and I'm over here. Now though, this advantage that they had, it's all going to be down to just one member of Reciprocity to try and hold it forward for them.
I'm going to take note of this too. Rushies, when he went out of that Juice and went down, he dropped the Marksa, and guess who has it in his hands now?
He couldn't pocket it. When you put that weapon on your back and you do not have it at the ready, it gets pocketed. So it disappears when the player goes down. Because he did not have opportunity to do that, now that weapon goes in the hands of course, Ghost Game. Actually, yeah, Ghost Game, Sleeper. Sleeper now has the Marksa. They do have Boomer, though, so maybe Sleepy Time could make use of this.
He didn't even get the... There he goes. Okay. Oh, goodness. I got so worried. Sleepy Time down in the back, and he has to be revived. If he just crawls around, there we go. There's the revive. There's the wolf pack. There's 4 people on the home hill of Ghost Gaming, and Sleeper's going to try to put some heavy damage in with that Marksa. Look at Sleepy posturing on the windowsill. Golden Boy, this is a good position for them because they have control over basically the top half of the map where the Marksa and the boom shot are. So I like this positioning. Icy, though, wanted to put a little bit more pressure on him.
Trying to punish them, but they are going to win in a few seconds. You see it at the top of your screen. 25 seconds, and Reciprocity will get their second round win. Is it enough, though? Are they too far down the rabbit hole, as I had mentioned before? The score is 6-1. Ghost Gaming is at game point. This extended pause has certainly been painful for them, and it has not paid off that time they took to talk, because Ghost Gaming has been riding this momentum. Thankfully, Sleepy Time Franchise and Icy, they're going to find their marks, and Reciprocity finally managed to put a round win on the board after losing so many straight.
6-2, and I see us going deeper into the cavern that is the comeback, and I see Franchise stand up immediately.
You are a very positive and ambitious person, my friend.
Look, when you got somebody like Franchise, Icy on that team, when you've got 2 veterans who have won championships, with a young gun in Rushies who's won a championship, Sleepy Time, the perfect soldier, I like to call him. He's willing to do whatever needs to be done for his team, who has won a championship. They are bringing the correct pieces to the puzzle into this fight.
And that's all well and good, my friend, but let's not forget, that was Gears 4. This is Gears 5. It is a completely different experience, and based off what we saw yesterday, Ghost Gaming looked dominant, and they looked dominant here. I will say, though, and I like the counterpoint, I like the idea that this is it. Maybe Reciprocity starts to bring this back, and they both have drop shots. The tone of the game is certainly going to change here. Colin, you may be right here, my friend. I may have to, you know,
I'm a hopeful human being. That's all. I'm a hopeful human being.
Punch to the chin, you know? I like it.
I want the best possible scenario, and there ain't nothing better than a round 13. Designite, watch your head, baby, because there's a drop shot, and now you've given Rushies a boom. So again, Reciprocity, early control over this round.
Yeah, but Reciprocity did lose 2 players very quickly. Just as that drop shot connected, they lost 2 players. There goes a boom shot. It's going to lay down some damage, but it is not enough to connect with the kill.
He's got to be careful. Sleepy Time pushes up. Marks with a couple of shots connecting.
He's so
weak. Now they're so trapped. They are trapped like absolute rats in the back of the cinema area. They have nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. You see 4 members that have a possible line of sight on them, and they're able to move up and out of there because I think somebody lost a fight on the opposite side of the map or maybe got pushed back. Sleeper taking Franchise's face right off, though, with that Marksa.
And think, had Rushies gotten the boom shot kill, that player would be a man down and would have to deal with 2 members of Reciprocity. Little details can dramatically impact the game, and that is why I love Gears.
snub shots going out. That pistol's quite accurate, but if you're trying to shoot that far along with that kind of rate of fire, it's real hard to continue to tap it and keep that thing centered on a body.
And look who's that. Sleeper with the Marksa. Punishing any player that tries to get ambitious like Rushies did with that snub.
I love the franchise throws the flash, tries to blind Sleeper. Rezik and Icy have to push up for this now. Icy big time down. He's not going to get that on the first shot. He has to go in for the kill. Franchise rushes in, and Icy suffers as well. So Ghost Gaming set the trap. They spring it, and all that is found is more death for Reciprocity. There's another one down on the ground, 40 seconds.
Huge play there by Dezo. You think that it's all going to go south for him, but instead he gets the first kill and then holds on long enough to allow his teammates to help him out. Rezik's going to be tucked away in the corner. Headshot from Sleeper. Oh, would you look at that? He's got the Marksa once again in green, and he's making Reciprocity pay dearly for giving him access to this power weapon in his hands, and that is going to be it. Game 1 goes the way of Ghost Gaming. GG 7-2.
There goes all my hope, didn't it?
I'm just saying, man. Look, I get it, right? We have legends on that stage, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. But the way that Ghost Gaming are playing this game, this goes right into their hands. They had the Marksa, they had the tools, they had all the toys that they could mess around with. That was the reason why they were able to come out on top with the victory. But while that one was a little bit of a long one, we managed to get there. Ghost Gaming picks up the win. Join us, though, as Game 2 starts right back up after this.
Let's go, baby! Verga con la marca. Vamos, Icy! Come on, man! I thought you were better, bro! ¡Ganamos! We are close. We are so close.
shotguns out. Icy, 4 kills in a row.
Wow, he gets one. He gets some help, and he gets a second. Sleepy, big play by him. That's massive. Rushies gets another kill.
Rushie's standing up and showing them that he's the real deal.
The troops have rallied for Reciprocity.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Boost Mobile caster desk here at the E-League Gears 5 Summer Series Invitational. Reciprocity, while they are a fantastic team, they are going to find themselves down in this series 1-0 against the Latin American Ghost Gaming squad. Golden Boy alongside with Colin here. Colin, you wanted it. You wanted to come back. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, brother.
Look, I always want to see more rounds of Gears of War. This is a sneak peek weekend. The game hasn't released yet. We're going to have to go back to waiting like everybody else after this weekend's over with. So, of course, I wanted 13 rounds. I want all the Gears 5 I can get.
I respect it, my friend. And maybe this map is going to bring us that, because we're going to be going over to one of the new maps that have been added to Gears 5. It's going to be Training Grounds. And this is a different type of map than what we saw earlier on District. District, a map that allows you, it has some close quarters engagements. This map, a little more on the open side, Colin.
Yeah, this map is built so beautifully. Just outside, for my lore heads in the crowd, the House of Sovereigns, the place where Marcus was put on trial early in the story of Gears of War. They're rebuilding the area. This is also where the boot camp mode will take place. And you see, as you travel across this map, you've got some good high ground. Up there on the overlook, it's a big U that you fight over. That can give you sight lines to both first half home hills. On the opposite side, you've got where the first 2 half home hills are. I like to call those heaven, because if you've got heaven, you can look down on that E hill in the second half. You can look across the map at overlook to keep that fight kind of centered on some Nasher play, because nobody's going to be able to look over the cover at you. So you've got to get the high grounds. And just like my main man Obi-Wan said, don't try it.
Yeah.
I have the high ground.
I have the high ground, Anakin. Very true, my friend. High ground is key in a game like Gears of War, where you have a lot of vision because of the third-person camera, and also the way that the Lancers, they're just heavy. They hit you like a hammer, and you don't know where it came from. But here we go. We're now into the action, as we're going to be on board with Icy. Let's see what he can do. This scuffle is going to happen over by the neutral, as always. And this is where Ghost Gaming, who are going to be in the blue, in the COG uniforms, have shined in the past. Reciprocity, they're going to get run over here. Franchise, that's going to be Chaos, who picks up 2. Franchise not able to stay alive there. They'll be wiped away. That's 4 players down for Rec immediately. The initial battle won in Game 1 reflects here in Game 2.
So Icy came off spawn. Nobody else spawned up, though. Icy burnt to spawn, so he'll get it right back. He'll go down to 4. He'll go right back to 5. But the train and the hype has not stopped for Ghost Gaming.
Already.
You can hear them getting up and getting loud. I'm pretty sure the crowd is still chanting for them. They want their boys from Ghost to pull away with this one just as easy as they did in map number 1.
You know, to reflect on this Ghost Gaming team and what they've managed to accomplish in the short time that they've been together, we had the pleasure of being in Mexico City watching what this Ghost team meant to the fans in Mexico City when they came out in droves to support this team. Anyone that was in that Ghost team, they were Chaos is Puerto Rican, but for that weekend, he was an honorary Mexican. That's basically how much they love this roster. Reciprocity, though, this is a team and an organization with a lot of fans and a lot of people who believe in the likes of Franchise and Icy, and they have every reason to do so. This is only round 1. Certainly not going to be out of it quite yet, folks. But this is where I fear for Reciprocity, and right now they have that slight upper hand by forcing them over to the overlook, the U. That's where they're going to be positioned here. Can they pick up that first blood, though?
So I want to go back to real quick. I want to just point this out so that we are for certain on it. In the first map, Ghost Gaming took the early advantage because of the utility they gave their front spawns. Guess what Reciprocity did here in map number 2?
Gave utility to their front spawns. Makes sense, man. You got to give in the early rounds. This is a utility game. We're clearly seeing this come to fruition here. It's going to be 2 down for Ghost Gaming. 3, as a matter of fact. You see them on the left side. And Rushies is going for it, living up to the name, man, the Rushman. But he's getting cross. He's got to be careful. Oh, look at the support, though! Rushy had some help, and he was able to challenge that fight, and now they're going to push on forward, neutralize C, but Ghost Gaming, they're going to be coming off of the respawn. Rushy's having to back away. Domination in effect in a few seconds here. Circling around, Rushy's manages to get one down, has the meat shield, and this could very well be Reciprocity picking up this round win, and there, ooh, the break comes right at the nick of time, but they're going to be in a position, though, Reciprocity, to win this game in a minute.
So they're going to have to, Reciprocity's going to have to fly across the map right now. Rezik, Sleepy Time, they're going to fly over here to Franchise. Franchise, beautiful positioning on the top of that overlook. You saw it yesterday when Rushies was getting as many kills as he was on the second half home hill. He had Franchise in that same exact position with the Lancer out. So this is setting up for success right now for Reciprocity, at least in this round number 2. He's going to get flown at, though, and taken out. So Golden Boy, can they answer back? Nice two-piece, but he doesn't get the kill, does he?
Ghost
he did.
Ghost recognized that the thing Reciprocity does so well, and they did it in Gears 4, and they're going to do it here as well. It's the positioning game. When they have an opportunity to get angles on you, they will make you pay. And that was something that Ghost needed to stop right away. Franchise looked away for 1 second, and it was that Gears timing. They just flew right at him, and he had no time to adjust.
So Rushy's Franchise, they take back their home hill, and I think that's the better play for them. They're going to have to secure this. They're going to need to fight one more. Here comes a third member all spawn for Reciprocity as well as a fourth. But now Rushies is left by himself. Nobody could posture on that back wall fast enough to help.
They just need this one hill, and the swarm domination goes in, and that's it. Reciprocity managed to answer back after falling in the initial against Ghost in round 1.
So the way they won that round was not by a triple cap domination. They won by an elimination domination. One of the new ways you can win in Gears 5. We will revisit it for all you at home. If you are able to swiftly and quickly wipe away the lives that your team is currently on, they have 3 seconds. They have a little bit of a heartbeat to say, do I waste it? Do I come back? Do I try to fight this off? If they do not make that decision, if they do not respawn back up, you go ahead and get that round, and there's no need for you to cap that third hill.
Some more utility is going to be placed as Reciprocity. They have dropped, I believe that is going to be flashbangs on each side. So we're going right back into the utility game here.
So if this is a big round, if Ghost wins this round, they have the option to place first. They can then build their home into that Marksa, that deadly, or they can build it up closer to a Marksa and try to get that in the hands again of Sleeper. If they lose the round, that gives Reciprocity a chance to continue to put the Marksa somewhere else and continue to make this fight and keep this fight decently even.
Because you know that they want to take that marksman weapon and put it in the hands of one of these players from Ghost Gaming. Rushies has the right-hand advantage over here on the corner. And so far, so good for Reciprocity. They've managed to just force them back and have a little bit of a positioning advantage, and they're going to get around together, but Identives is going to team kill Chaos. As they came around the corner, they forced the shot out of Identives and made him pay for it. And then Ghost Gaming, they bring it on back here, and it's going to be Dezo who picks up a double of his own over by the overlook, and that now sets up Ghost Gaming for success.
Ghost Gaming, every time you think somebody is not about to push you and get you, you are just got Lancer out. You have no idea the third member's coming, the fourth member's coming. He's waiting in the wings.
Oh!
Sleeper goes absolutely massive in that engagement.
What a clutch play for Sleeper. That was a classic game of tug of war that we saw with Nashers. So it was a very, very gruesome and kind of gory game of tug of war. Certainly not one that I played when I was in public school, but it was one nonetheless that was won by Ghost Gaming. Reciprocity now have to figure out where they're going to try and
they're trying to flip the map. Trying to flip the map.
Where they're going to get the upper hand here.
Look at this little freight train action, all three of them wolf packing together. Ghost Gaming has been better at the wolf pack in map number 1. Reciprocity's trying to answer that back with the wolf pack of their own. You see 3 members of Reciprocity on that A hill right now. 1 for support, throwing a flash early on those stairs, but he floods into a Monkeys who was waiting in the wings for a shot for Sleepy to push. Oh,
Rushies dials it back. Reciprocity can win this in just over a minute, but it's certainly not going to keep on going like this. The flashbang comes out, though, where they say, oh, no, Monkeys is going to chunk Rushies. Back to the respawn you go. Franchise not going to be long for this world. He's in the DBNO state, and will get swept away by Monkeys. And as I said, that Dezo cleans up Icy. That's going to leave Sleepy Time and Rezik, the last 2 players standing here. So they're going to invest into the respawn.
They are investing. Yes, we are round 3. We're in the mid-round of the first half. You see here, little early investment coming in. I think Reciprocity knows just how dangerous a round loss could be for them, because that gives up that initial weapon pick in between the rounds.
This is a crucial round for Reciprocity. They need to win this. They cannot allow Ghost Gaming to have a smidgen of an advantage in this next round. Here comes Rushies around the corner, and Chaos was unaware. He was unaware. Now Dezo, he was trapped between a rock and a hard place, and a bunch of shotguns were looking right at him. But Ghost Gaming, they're fin to win this one in a few seconds, and now the domination. Reciprocity, it was a crucial round win, and they got it. They managed to win 2 back-to-back.
There they go, standing up. Let's take a moment to start and look at what happened. Rushies, he goes on a flank. He goes by the underneath the overlook route. He goes straight by that closet. That's what I like to dub it. It's a little itty-bitty pocket underneath the overlook where a power weapon can be placed on the center line, which is what Reciprocity is hovering over right now. He gets to the stairs. Instead of pushing forward, instead of possibly rushing into that fight, he waits for them to waste all their flashes. He sees the first 2 members possible that he could get to with Lancer out. He waits for them to go peek for shots, then pushes in. As soon as they go to peek for shots, he knows it's going to take too long for them to adjust to him. All he has to do is hit the shot, which he does.
Interesting turn of events here. So the shock grenade has now been placed for Sleeper and Ghost Gaming, but they go for the Boltok pistol. That will be given to Rushies on Reciprocity. So the Boltok pistol, in case anyone here is new, watching for the first time, it's a weapon with headshot potential, and it packs a punch. When you have a player with that Boltok, look out for them, because they're going to look to take some faces.
Yeah, I think I heard Rushies ask somebody if they felt lucky when they placed down that Boltok, because that thing is quite the magnum. And look at this, 2 members immediately down on the side of Ghost Gaming. So are we going to see the exact flipped opposite? Will the momentum and the hype for Reciprocity come out in their favor? Because you see 2 members of Ghost Gaming have a chance now to possibly reinvest. Monkeys will go down, so a 3rd member could go down. 1 does reinvest. They're going to try to fend off their home hill. It is Icy over there doing his damnedest to make sure whatever happens goes in their favor.
And Colin, I do want to make note of this as well, that when they had that Boltok over by B, that player that was at the overlook shredded, because he was not only taking Lancer fire, but he was also getting chunked by that Boltok. 2 players are going to go down now. It's going to be up to Monkeys. Can he be the hero that they need? He gets 2, but it's not going to be enough. No, no, no. Reciprocity, we're having none of those shenanigans, and Rec is going to go up now 3-1.
I'm trying my best to hear a little bit of some of the trash talk coming out. Fatal Strike, one of the most tenured players and coaches in the history of Gears. He's getting up, he's getting loud. If you ever need somebody to be a hype man for your team, if you ever need somebody to be able to pick you up, it can be him. I think they're asking him to turn down the volume a little bit, because I think they could hear him. They need a ref. Fatal Strike calling for a timeout. Something has gone on. They've looked for a pause. Something's gone wrong with Rushies. He's looking for his mix amp. Oh, no.
You hate to see it, folks. You get so into the game. You look at the other side of the stage. You're yelling at him. You're letting them know that you're the boss here. And then you're so much of a boss, you disconnect your headset.
I don't...
Happens to the best of us, people. Happens to the best of us. You know, I one time fell out of my chair in a competition. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm not going to tell you who I faced off against. It was a rather embarrassing day. The chair broke.
Look, thank
God. From my excitement.
Thank God, though, that if anything did go wrong with those headsets, we have the beautiful Mixamp Poppy, Shady himself, in the house to help.
Why you got to give Shady credit?
Because my man has been fixing headsets for, it seems like, longer than I've been alive.
One, you've only been alive for like 15 years. This game isn't like actually good for you.
Here we go. We're okay. Hey. ESRB ain't got no power over me.
All right, here we go, folks. He can hear now. Reciprocity up 3-1. If you're just joining us, folks, Ghost Gaming, They managed to take game 1, but it has been Reciprocity who have been in control in this game, and it is courtesy of this man right here, Rushy. So let's hear how the communication for Reciprocity is here on Training Grounds.
Take two, go. I have it. Okay. Cross it for you guys. I have a push it, I have flash. Okay, go. Right now, go. I'm one shot. Danny's full red, guys. There's 3 there. I'm one shot. I don't want. I'm down behind you. Rush, be here. Rush. And then we're going up top. I'm rotating. Somebody get out. Back up. Back up, boys. I'm going to B, guys. Hold D. I'm on D. Hold you hard. Yeah. Gotta push up. He's doing that corner. What's on the corner? What's up? Let's press that. I'm with you. No, there's 2. I'm with you. There's 3 here. 3 here. I'm covering the boys. I can also shoot up top. We got it. I got that. Put it on top, boys. Guys, we have the cap. Down. Reset. I'll go down. Rush down. Be here. Guys. They're going to push you. Pick him up. Nice. Let's do it. Bike it. There's a guy mid-map. They're going to fight. Play your life. You're the best. I'm on the home. Yes, guys. Okay, I'm going home. He's hiding on home somewhere. Okay, I'm going. Came back to me. Be right. Awesome, friend. Beautiful, cat. So a little hurt. On you, friend. I'm hurt from on top. You're the best. He's pushing me. I'm coming. I killed him. He's bricked on the hill, guys. Take your time, dude. Nice. Go, Yadi. You can get help back. I'll try to get out. Nick, what you got? Let's get B. What's that? 2B. Max 2B. Max 2B. I'm downing, bro. 4 fly. I'm literally with you, bro. Let's go. 4 fly. I flash up top. There's one to the right side. Rush. That's up to right. I got break. I'm with you. I'm here. Holy. I'm down. I got him. Nice. 2 more guys. I'm down. Rush. Come on, baby. He switched right to last second. On their side, you. 2 there. There's one up top. There's another one up top. I'm going to beat yo. I have a ball. To your right, baby. Nice. He's melee. Behind us. Nice, guys. Push B, guys. That's not you. You guys This one are you. I think there's 1B. Make sure you guys kept B. No, we good. One's going already. I need help. What's the best? Probably 2 there, friend. Come to street. I got him. Nice. Coming. Focus. They'll go. They're hurt. Let's get to the rest. They're hurt. Baby, on me. I'm shot. Watch B, maybe. I got 1B guys on the hill. I got there's 2. I got 2 guys. Guys, we need home. I'm in them. They're hurt. I got one. Fuck, bro. I'm full red. Yes, go. There's 2 more there. Rush, I'm here, baby. I'm here. I'll play around. We're losing numbers. We're still good. We're still in the strand. I'm ready. Don't spawn up. Don't spawn up. Yo, let me help you, Kev. Let me help you right there. It's all good. Next round. Let's go. Let's go at a time. I should have went for the kill, man. Fuck, man. I thought we were going to play up on that, friend. Bro, I'm hurt.
That round did not go the way Reciprocity thought it would, especially after the way they cleared out B so elegantly. The issue was the follow-up. They needed to get a response at the home side, and it just wasn't happening. Ghost Gaming, they read that one like an open book.
So Ghost Gaming gets across the map. They do a perfect rotation over to the home side of Reciprocity. Reciprocity has 1 member still sitting on their home hill. He goes to get the first shot on, hits it a little decent. You see through the hit registration, he does hit a few pellets, but it's not hard. Those little circles aren't that big. It's not that hard of a shot. He tries to get the second one in, goes for a little shimmy shake, gets down, and now Reciprocity's basically playing the flood game. Send one after the next to try to make the hero play happen instead of being able to pull back, regroup, get them off their home hill.
Looking now at the respawns, we're into round number 6, and after this, we will have a reset of the respawns. That is what happens at the halftime. It is not like Gears 4, where all the weapons on the map would reset. Instead, all the respawns will reset to 5. So if you want to invest and pick up this round win, and you're Ghost Gaming, now's the time to go ahead and do so. A few players are going to go down. Those shot grenades, look how powerful they are, forcing all these players to be roughed up and put into situations you certainly did not expect now. Gonna have 4 players down. Franchise is gonna be the last player standing. Domination, and no one will elect to come back in because I don't think anyone had a chance to do it.
No, nobody had a chance to do it. They died literally so quickly within one another, except for the first icebreaker and the 10 seconds before it could even get to 0 for him to respawn. The round and the 3 seconds was over with. We go into the half tied up 3-3, knotted up. Map number 2 already down by 1. Reciprocity, what is your answer?
I don't know. I honestly do not know.
Sleeper for Marksa. Marksa for a sleeper at the homes.
That is scary, because it doesn't matter how much ammo is in it. It could be a little less than if it was placed in the mid. It's still deadly in his hands. More shocks are going to be sent down. Flashes as well, clearing players away. Rushies and company will have the back here. Icy will be down, and he's got to wait for this shock so he can pick up his teammate. Look at the damage that it's doing to him. Okay, there you go. So you picked up your teammate. You got Franchise waiting in the wings, and you also have Rezik, who's going to be supporting you. Boom shots up for grabs. This is not where the hill is going to be located, but that boomer is going to be very important. There goes Franchise. That's the reason why he's got the name. He makes the plays and opens things up, allowing his teammates to pick up a few more kills. And Ghost Gaming now have to regroup here as they lost 3 players.
Perfectly placed flashbangs to stop that initial push and allow for Franchise to get the big flank off. Monkeys gets taken out now by Icy. Identives has a chance to respawn. He and Dezo will eventually finally respawn. Monkeys with 7 seconds left on his respawn. So early in this round, even though the point advantage in favor of Ghost, the power weapon and the 2 home hill setup will be in favor of Reciprocity. And you see 3-4 members on the opposite side of the map. All 5 members now, I believe, on the opposite side of the map where the E-hill is for Ghost Gaming.
They got to decide what the play is going to be, because you have Sleeper with this Marksa, who has managed to get a lot of connections in the past, take down a lot of foes. But is the opening there? Will Reciprocity allow him to put that weapon to use?
Sleeper's using that Marksa right now in a defensive position. He's staying on the side of the home hill, that heaven spot that I talked about earlier that gives you the great sight lines to every single part of the map. There he is in the heaven spot, the host spot, if you will. And you see he's going to try to get these long-range shots across the map. Big shots on Sleepy Time, gets to take him out. Franchise is going to have to make something happen, and he does. Another DK to his name.
Franchise has been a star in this round. He had that flank that allowed them to be able to win boom shot. And now, once again, putting his team in a position for success. They're going to win in under a minute if it keeps going like this. Ghost Gaming have not had a response, not had an opportunity to be able to push out. Now you're starting to see that push develop. They're forcing the activity over by Depot. You're still going to have some members of Reciprocity left alive. Monkeys Chaos, they're going to be down. They got to clean up those kills. It's, remember, Warzone settings. Identives pushes forward here. Now Icy, but Identives does get his man. And Identives does go down for that, leaving Sleepy Time to be by himself, and Sleeper makes him pay. You're alone. He doesn't need his teammate. He's going to chunk you with the Nasher.
You're going to have to win now off of time. COG team, 44 seconds, are going to have to hold this. That push put Reciprocity again on their back foot, ladies and gentlemen.
And they got
the
boom
pendulum swung completely in favor of Ghost Gaming. Here comes Fran. He's going to push through. The boom shot's waiting for somebody to push, but he doesn't know where that flash came from, so he has to check his own surroundings. Way to check your back, big man. Franchise almost down, though, on that back hallway.
They decapped you. Swarm now. Look at the top. Swarm, 15 seconds, and they could win this one out. Let's see if it's going to come to fruition here as Dezo, he has other plans. He wants to try and stop this one. This player's going to be right next to him. Can he get through to make the break? He gets the kill on Franchise, who's had a stellar round. Is it enough, though? Is it enough to make the break, to stop this, to stop the bleeding from happening? No. Reciprocity. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness gracious. No, no, no. Icy's having none of those shenanigans. He stops it. Wait. Is it going to be enough? The cap happens. There you go. I was worried that Dezo was going to push up in time and prevent Icy, but what a stop that was.
If you ever wanted something to increase the intensity of an already unbelievably intense matchup of Gears 5, that countdown timer we got that tells us who's going to win and how many seconds away,
that's it.
That's basically counting down to when the heart attack comes.
That's it, Chief. I love that countdown.
Shout outs to whoever in the dev room came up with that one. Shout outs to him.
Because I can't do math. So thank you so much for doing the math for me. Smoke grenade has been placed on the home side for Reciprocity. Ghost Gaming, they're going to give Identive utility. And Identive's now, I think he's going to have himself
the respawns.
a flash. And
Identiv's down to 2 already.
Ooh.
The captain, El Capitan, is down to 2 respawns at this point in the half. After the first round, he invested 4 lives.
That's crazy. That's crazy. How many lives he's put into this game. Into that one round. We haven't really seen that yet. All these teams have been so conservative with their...
Chaos is down. They're going to clean him up. So Monkeys is over there with Dezo. Identivs is over there with Dezo and is going to have to conserve whatever life he does have. Because if he's taken out early...
who doesn't have 2 respawns.
He's got to run. He's got to do his best to keep himself alive. Because if he gets taken off the map, I believe you're cutting a bit of the head off a snake if you know, appreciate the analogy.
Look at Identivs. Has to play slow. Sleeper with the Marksa. Monkeys just gets killed. Monkeys has 4 respawns. Identivs is going to be out too. He is no more. He's slowly losing those respawns. That resource that is so valuable, and I think he has to invest it.
Oh, Icy shouldn't have gone down right there, but Rezik, thank goodness gracious, he is right behind him, holding his hand a little bit, allowing him to get some help. Reciprocity has no hills, no points to their name, but they tried to posture for what would have been another double home hill setup. You see Identivs hiding underneath the overlook here. Sleeper still in the heaven spot, trying to figure out where the members of Reciprocity are either going off respawn or are already on the map, where the push may be coming from. And if you're Reciprocity, I think you just continue to use your power position in the overlook to go for the double home hill.
Few players to look out for here. Sleeper with the Marksa. Yet again, you have to continuously reference that because of how good he is with that gun. And then Identivs, 1 respawn. Actually, Identivs and Chaos, 1 respawn remaining. And we're in the meat and potatoes of this game here, man. We haven't even gotten to the salad.
We haven't even gotten our appetizers, but I'm waiting for dessert. I want a round 13. Here we go. Sleeper rotates over, and that's perfect position for that Marksa. Rushies is going to get 1, but the trades are not coming out in their favor.
Sleeper. Look, the cross. The long-distance cross, preventing Sleeper from being an impact there, Colin.
They didn't even decap the hill. They know they got to take Sleeper out of this, but Sleeper gets 1 over the cover. He's going to get a second out. Rushies. Sleepy time. Left to his own accord. He's going to get taken out as well.
This is a huge opportunity for Ghost Gaming, who now can march through the map. Can they make the plays? Monkeys, he's going to come back in. Chaos, he has to make a choice.
Identivs, 1 respawn to his name.
Does he do
Hiding on the U. Hiding on the U. They're waiting for the boom shot.
They're going to have to do this 4v5.
5 seconds to the boom shot. 5 seconds to the boom shot.
They're going to have to do this 4v5. Is it enough? Are the 4 players of Ghost Gaming without Chaos good enough to take out all 5 members of Reciprocity?
They are because they've got those shocks. The shocks prevented the push, Golden Boy. If you've got the utility, you've got some control. Lane priority is of the highest priority, and Ghost Gaming is doing their best to make sure they can shut this one down, and they do. 4-4, we go deep into this map number 2.
A lot of decisions had to have been made there. They needed to decide if they wanted to invest Chaos into it. They had to decide what the play was regarding Sleeper and the Marksa. There is so much. This is why Gears 5 is so awesome, and the changes they've made to escalation. I know it sounds like I'm making a sales pitch here, people, but I've been commentating for, I feel like, a century, and this is just so cool to look at because there's so many micro decisions that are being made, and each and every individual interaction matters and carries that much more weight.
Well, we've always gotten to talk about lane priority, and I want to make a big emphasis on this. They didn't bring Chaos back because when they said, all right, we've got shocks, you can basically choke point a full lane. They're going to have to rotate across the map through the E-Hill because they couldn't come through the overlook because the shocks would choke them into a position where they're so damaged coming through that position that they'd be easily downed and out in that late game situation.
Huge round win for Ghost Gaming now. Can Reciprocity respond? Identiv's the team kill again, and Reciprocity pushes on through, wipes the floor with Ghost Gaming. The Ghostbusters, if you will.
They need to hold off. I think this is a round where you just see if Sleeper throws away his life, if maybe Chaos or somebody invests another life. I would go ahead and call this economy. Don't get on the hill, big boy. See what they do.
There you go. That's it.
They did not invest.
They're just going to let it rock, right? There's no reason for them to do it. A 42-second round win, under a minute for Reciprocity, and it was one off of the initial. Started with Identives taking out his own teammate again. That's the second time it's happened in that shuffle over by the boom shot. And now the Marksa has been placed for Reciprocity.
And I think they might. There it is. They lowered the respawn time. The Marksa goes from a 2-minute respawn down to 1 minute. Every single minute that this round will go on, Sleeper can get more ammo.
Or someone else can get
Somebody
another
else
Marksa.
can pick a second Marksa up. You made this such a deep meta. But look at that. Based on that economy round, Ghost has given up that round number 9. They go down 5-4, but Identives is back up to 3 respawns because he didn't waste one. He didn't continue to lose his life. So Identives trying to build his respawns up for a possible round 13. He almost dropped his teammate. 3 in a row.
Franchise making the franchise plays. The flank around the corner. But now Monkeys needs to run around this like a jungle gym. Is he able to stay alive? He's going to bounce around, but Rezik is going to just clip him right there.
For some reason, somehow, some way, Reciprocity is finding the correct angles to make it confusing, make the shots hurt a little more, make them second guess their Nasher position on the map. But Ghost Gaming answers right back. The 2 members off respawn, Flood to the E-Hill, and Dezenide will have control of it. Now Identives, they're going to try to push them off of their own home hill. Look at these Lancer angles.
You can never count out Ghost Gaming, Colin. That's why they're still in this fight here. The issue, respawns. They continuously have to put in more respawns, which is something that has been hurting them this whole game. Chaos pops up from behind and catches Franchise while he wasn't looking.
And here's the posture. Look at this. Flashbang out. Rushies has to back away. Chaos is looking for a way to get shots in the back of the 2 members that were at their home hill for Reciprocity. But the reverse Mr. Krabs! A classic Gears 4! Mr. Krabs!
Dezo's got to clutch it up, and Dezo's going to get stopped. Sleepy Time is there and saves the round for his teammates.
That's a throwback play. Identives Marksa in hand. That 1 minute Marksa respawn has already been felt in this round.
Another Marksa, which means another opportunity for Ghost Gaming. They're down in this series, or they're down in this game 1 round, but they're up in the series 1-0.
I like what I see from Identives. He's down to 1 respawn. He has 2 lives to live in this. He can't throw himself away. They've made the call to send him over there, trading it out to Sleeper, yes, but you're gonna leave Identives in a support position. You can't put him in trouble again.
Oh, big flash, big shot, big stun. Monkeys pushes in, gets 1 kill. Can he bounce around and pick up another? He's gonna get stuffed right there by Sleepy Time, Colin.
Identives now back into the fight. He came over for support, but he gets cleaned up. So now Identives down to no respawns if he invests another life.
He came back for support, but instead finds himself on life support. Not good for Identives. If they win this, it's going to be game point for Reciprocity. We can see a tied series, and Ribs can get his wish of a game 3.
And we always want to give Ribs what Ribs wants. We want that game, that map number 3 for him. Chaos trying to go for another big overextension flank. He gets double shot down by Rezik. Rezik wins that fight, and you will see that Reciprocity will go to map point. Golden Boy, my goodness gracious, good God almighty.
I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I hate to reuse the phrase, but to reference my colleague, good old JR Jim Ross. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a slobber knocker here.
I would say business is about to pick up, but that business has been rolling since round 1 of map 1.
Right. The stocks are looking good right now. If your investment is killing, you're looking good.
I thought we talked about this yesterday. There's no 401ks in the coalition of ordered governments.
This is very true. This is very true. There is none. There ain't no retirement fund. There ain't no Blue Cross, Blue Shield. It ain't happening. Boom shot. Was that a boom shot place or a boom shot lock?
It has to be a placement. They've already both used their disables. Both teams have used their disable.
Sorry.
So they've added 1 round to the boom shot.
Yeah, because you need more boom.
You need the 2 shots instead of just the 1. It's got to be about that fight now. And if I'm Ghost Gaming, what they're going to place here in that middle, frags, more utility, more crowd control, more ways for them to make what they wish happen.
Have we seen frags yet?
We have. I have.
Okay, I haven't.
No, we did last night in Simplicity. Simplicity put them because they wanted to use the shot grenades to get them in position for the frags or use the frags to get them out of position into a Lancer.
For all the marbles for Reciprocity, they could tie this series up 1-1, take us to a game 3. Or will Ghost Gaming get another win?
Dezo calls out the flank.
He recognized the flank from
4 down. 4 down.
He wasn't having any of those shenanigans, Colin. He ain't having it. He stopped it right in its tracks.
Dezenot's going to fly to this home hill. He's going to apply the pressure because once with the double home hill set, or once with the E and the home hill of your opponent, it's easy for you to go back and get your own.
Sleepy time.
They're going to have to push this E. They're going to have to push E hill. They've given up boom shot.
They deny that domination for a second. They go back into this one. No more nades. No more nades.
Sleeper's down. They got to make this push. They got to get Sleeper off the map. The boom shot comes in, but it doesn't get the kill.
He doesn't have an angle. He doesn't have an
angle.
He goes down. He doesn't have an angle. But Sleeper is out. He's out. Icy picks it up.
Somebody's going to have to pick up Sleepy.
Idennis is looking right at him. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I dare you. He's challenging him to go for it.
Go for it.
If he slides in, he can get the cover. There it is. So you get the cover pickup.
No, I think Identiv's... Did Identiv's pull the boom shot back out ever again? Does he have a shot in the boom still?
I know he used
at least one, but there's 2, so I'm unsure if he had a secondary boom. I feel like if he did, he would have tried to use it on that cover to get the double kill.
He has one more.
There we go. So I think that might be a misstep. He didn't try to shoot the second boom because he could have come away with a double in that position. And you're leaving Identivs, who has 2 respawns to his name, in a perfect position to play defense.
Sure. But in the counter to this, they have E. They're tucked away in their corner. If they all try and push out that boom shot's gonna... They're scared. They're scared of that boom shot.
Incoming flashbang.
Here they go.
Maybe Marcus has got to land.
We can see some fireworks here from Identivs in a second. He's got to use it. He got a lot of players. Identivs gets the double kill on Rushies and Icy. He called it. You said it, Colin, and there it happened. Wow.
Perfect play.
Big play there from Identivs.
I can't imagine a world where Identivs and the communication was so precise that it came out and happened just as they drew it up. But my God, we're living in it because whatever play they called, it worked to perfection. And now at 225 to 97, it looks like this could be round 5 under the belt of Ghost Gaming, and they will not invest again. Rezik trying to get another kill to cause that resource gain.
Oh, man. I am too old for this, okay?
I'm too fat for this. My
game.
Cholesterol.
Man, well, listen here, okay? I saw you eating those Chex Mix. You got to stop it.
But it's hard. They're delicious.
I think that one extra boom shot, that was the difference maker. How crazy is that? Just one extra shot changed the complexion of that round.
Will both teams place a drop shot for their favor? We do. We have double drops. We have it being fought over a 2-shot boom shot, ladies and gentlemen. 3, as I like to just call rocket launchers of some form, are on one side of the map.
You know, in Overwatch, when you got a lot of things that are going to go boom, you call it a clown fiesta. That's what we're looking at right now. We're going to have a good old-fashioned clown fiesta.
I need my red nose.
Explosions all over the place. This is what you live for, folks. Dezo franchise, they're going to have the drop shots for their respective teams. Looking at Dezo's perspective. No.
He did get the kill. Dezo got the kill. He got the kill on Rezik. Rezik was on that cover. Rezik was on that cover and got killed. Identivs is being cleaned up. The boom shot's down. It's on the ground. No, it wasn't. It was a pocket. It was pocketed. So now Rushy's left to his own accord. He's going to have to run away because 3 members of Ghost Gaming are still over there, ladies and gentlemen. The 4th of July might have been just a few weeks ago, but it's still fireworks here in the E-League studio.
Dezo's going to be up top, lingering about, waiting to see if anyone's going to try and push around, challenge. He's going to have that snub pistol that will provide some support at the long range. If Ghost Gaming win this and bring us to a round 13, I'll need a defibrillator. I will be beside myself, verklempt, dare I say.
If you're beside yourself, who's going to sit in the 3rd chair that doesn't exist?
I don't know, man. I do not know.
Chaos. He did find the boom shot on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. It was not pocketed. He has one shot.
You kind of just got to let this moment live here, because you know Ghost Gaming, this is their moment. If they pull this to around 13, that is going to just crush the morale.
The boom came out and connected. The boom was used correctly. It got rushies off the map again. So you're down in a 5v4. If you're Reciprocity, you cannot push across to break a hill. You have to find a pick. And by pick, I mean you have to get one member of Ghost to make a mistake, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Also, another thing of note here, in 21 seconds, the boom shot is going to be in play. And look who's hanging out over there. It's Ghost Gaming. They have control of the boom shot area, Colin.
Chaos waiting for the respawn because it's easier for him to just pick up that ammo.
They got to make
there
a move.
You go.
They got to make a move. They pincer them. They pincer them around. Franchise went for it, but they read it. Now there's going to be a challenge up above. Can Rezik make the play? Rezik gets the kill. The boom shot's going to be in play now.
Rezik better have some broad shoulders.
Nope.
They are not there, ladies and gentlemen. He crumbles. And now you see the E-Hill goes back in favor. They need to be able to hold this off because now Monkeys has a fresh, brand new, off-the-rack boom shot. Here it comes. He's going to try. Oh, I thought he was going to try to connect with it.
He's got 2 shots to work
30
with.
seconds.
They have a drop shot, both teams now. Reciprocity could win this game in 30 seconds. Sleepy Time kills Dezo with frag grenades. Boom shot doesn't hit the mark. 1 more remaining. Oh, Chaos, he kills his own teammate, but he gets Sleepy in the process. They're going to neutralize it and actually get the down there. So they're still
Swarm still wins. They need a break. They have to get a break.
This is it. 30 seconds remaining, or else Reciprocity will win this game.
The last boom has to be used perfectly again. Bang, baby!
He gets the connection! 20 seconds remaining. Monkeys needs to make the play. Rushies is looking right at him. Is it enough? Can he be the hero? No! He gets crushed, and Reciprocity, they're bringing this to a game 3.
Jordan J. Ribs wanted a map 3, and guess what we will get, baby? A map 3. Congratulations. We will see this go the distance.
I cannot believe what we just saw, but folks, we're going to a game 3. Reciprocity managed to make it happen. 7-5, game 3. You do not want to miss this. If you do, you're crazy. We'll see you soon.
I want their heads, boys! Every one of them! Sit down, little kids! Little boys!
Venga, esto, güey. Esto, exacto, güey. Esto, güey.
Come on, baby! Good job!
What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me? What are you wondering? What do you know? Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? When we all fall asleep, where do we go?
Play 4 days early with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
Tensions are high here at the E-League studio as Ghost Gaming managed to pick up game number 1, but it will be Reciprocity with the bounce back, winning game 2 in dramatic fashion. Everyone is wearing their emotions on their sleeve, as they should, because this matchup has been absolutely insane. Welcome back, everyone, here to the Boost Mobile caster desk. Golden Boy alongside with Colin. Colin, you undoing your tie now, finally, bud? Is this where we get casual, Colin?
We ain't never getting casual, Colin, baby. I'm going to stay right here in this suit, but I just need to loosen it up. We're going map 3. It's the first time we'll get to see 2 teams put it all on the line here at E-League.
When Forge Blitz, a favorite from Gears 4, making a return here in Gears 5, also known as Forge Redux. That will be the battleground for game number 3. I do not even know what to expect here, man. It's just pandemonium.
It's like somebody opened up Pandora's box on us. You didn't know what we were going to get, and all we've gotten is some of the best Gears 5 we could ever ask for, and I don't think I want it to end. Can we play a best of 40?
You're crazy.
Best of 50?
You're crazy.
I can't get enough. Look at the man on the screen right now, Franchise. He's looking, hit the screen. He's talking about possible strats. He knows this map inside and out. He played Forge Redux a lot in the last iteration of the game. Yes, there are changes, but the concept of the map will remain the same.
You know, Colin, you sound just so into this and so excited. Good news is the E-League team recognized it as well. Look at that. Out of your seat. Honestly, I'm glad that the seat was there for the both of us, or else we would have just been knocked off on the stage here.
I would have been dead. I'd have gone straight over the stairs all the way down to my demise, but I can't help it. I can't contain myself. I know the people here in the audience feel the same way. Those watching at home, if your blood's not pumping, check your pulse. This is Championship Sunday of the first Gears 5 tournament.
And it certainly is not disappointing. That's what makes this so amazing to watch, because these teams have had the same amount of time with this game, and it ain't a lot, few days that they've had to work with Gears 5, and a lot of changes have been implemented, and you're seeing how these players are adjusting and adapting on the fly time and time again. This is why these 8 teams that we had here in Atlanta, Georgia, were the best 8 teams in Gears, and now we're off to familiar territory here with Forge.
And one of the things you have to keep in mind, in Gears 4, the respawns were pretty much stacked on top of one another, and you had the ability to kind of push 1 or 2 people to that top spawn faster than anybody else. And you see on the side of Ghost Gaming, even though Identives is playing one of those back 3 spawns, they still forced him to the top control room fight because he's that important in it. Rushies all by himself in the back pillar area will get crossed out, crossed down, and taken out.
The teamwork from Ghost Gaming has been something we've harped on so many times, and for due reason. They coordinate so well. They are of one mind, and when they click, it is dangerous for their opponents. Reciprocity, they will need to ride that momentum from game 2. What they accomplished there, no easy feat, considering that Ghost Gaming had managed to fell Glory 14-0, 14 rounds straight, slapping Glory, winning that 2-0 victory. So what Reciprocity has done here certainly is something that you have to be proud of if you're Rec.
When Franchise gets that down and he pushes up, but he's full red. He knows he can't poke out of the incinerator now. Here comes Identiv on a big flank. 2 kills to his name already. He's looking for a 3rd. They're going to give it to him anyway.
All the momentum from game 2 doesn't matter when you have Identiv slaying the way he is. And Dezode, he's just letting him know.
We see on your screen Sleeper looking for something underneath that table. I think he might have been going for a Marksa, but he comes away with a water bottle. He said, I need a little drinky drink right here in between 2 rounds 1 and 2. He's going to compose himself. They have first pick over the map. I think one of the things you're going to see Ghost Gaming do is stick with what got them here and go utility.
And there you have it. Makes sense. Utility has been the go-to. It has been the thing that has led them the most success, and Reciprocity has recognized that, so they're going to give Franchise utility as well.
And we saw the same initial fight. Everybody's still at 5 respawns, so nobody reinvested. But look, in Gears 5, we have changed eliminations. It no longer means just pure kills. It means EKIA, basically, baby. If you look at somebody, an extra shot or 2, you get count for that elimination. Identiv's already a part of 6 kills for the side.
It is a team game, and it is about contribution, Colin.
That's right. Identiv gets it down on Franchise up top, gets him out. Dezo takes Icy. They are owning that top control room fight right now.
Feel like I'm watching Gears 4 here with the way that Identivs is patrolling through that control tower, not allowing anyone any kind of quarter. Rezik again finds himself tucked away in the corner next to these pillars, and the swarming coming out from not the swarm itself, but from the blue team, the COG. It's something that you got to be a little fearful of. Rezik, though, had his teammates off spawn. He held on long enough and allowed his squad members to come back in, picks up a double for his trouble, and also looking to just down monkeys here.
And you see Sleeper, this is going to be his little play into those cog wheel area. He's going to go for that kill there on Fran. He's going to try to get that down on Rezik. He's got a pure, perfect sight line through everything and everyone on that side of the map in the incinerator. So now you see the double home hill setup for Reciprocity will come through, but it's so hard. It's so difficult to keep that setup. Sleeper, big turnaround on Rezik. The embarrassment.
3 down for Reciprocity, Colin. Sleeper, just the domination from Ghost Gaming in this round. Each and every time you get that team fight, it always works out in Ghost Gaming favor, the way they're coordinating around one another. Even though Reciprocity did have signs of life and was able to bounce Ghost out of their home, it doesn't matter. All that matters is picking up the dub in the round, and Ghost does just that, 2-0.
So now Ghost has invested very little. Reciprocity, they're already down 3 possible total respawns. 3 members of their team are already down to 4. We're going to round number 3. They have to win these initials. They have to do something to either change the importance of the fight from the control tower away, or they have to make the fight about something else other than just giving Ghost what they want.
Smoke grenade now placed over at the home by security office. Sleepy Time's choice here. What is the Reciprocity going to do? Ooh.
I'm looking for Boom. Boom up top, something up top, Mark's up top. There you go. They put the power weapon up there. Identivs is going to have to go up there, win that thing, and then either take it himself or give it to somebody that might want it a little more than he does. But I'm going to harken back to what we talked about earlier. Now Ghost Gaming has those smoke grenades. An update from Gears 4 to Gears 5. The smoke grenade no longer has a timer on it. Where it hits, it explodes. It will cloud your vision oh so terribly. Can't see who's coming from where, who's going what. Flashes out.
This has been a constant win on the initial for Ghost Gaming. Is it going to be the same thing here as Identivs does go down? How is Ghost going to try and bounce back? Let's jump into a listening.
Eso tiene uno ahí que lo está pushando, güey. Va a salir de aquí. Vayan home, eso, síguelos, síguelos. Tienes que ayudarlos, eso, y así eso, ellos y eso, tienen que ayudarlos. Vamos a ver.
Con pollita, tiene otro, pollita, tiene otro.
Vamos a ver.
Pollita, corre.
No podía. Métame que ellos, métame. Hay uno arriba, no, hay uno arriba. Estoy aquí.
Mancho conmigo.
No estoy contigo, Tranquilo que yo. Te voy a ayudar, papi. Puntos a un lado, acuérdate. Voy para arriba, chile, voy para arriba. ¿Me quieres dar la marcha? ¿Me quieres pusharlo? One shot con ellos. Buena, güey.
Voy arriba. Mátale arriba.
Aquí viene el cubo, No lo tiras, papi.
No vayas conmigo.
Hay dos aquí, Venga, vamos, tenemos uno aquí, tenemos que ir. Vaya.
Estoy viendo otro. Vayan abajo. Pucha abajo. Está solo.
Enfrente mío. Sí, one shot. Va a morir.
Tengo dos arriba.
Enfrente de seguridad. El Libercom se muere. El Libercom. Solamente quédense, ganamos.
Moga él.
Échame de Lippy. Todos ahí.
Por nuestro lado con Mark.
Tiene que meter ellos, se tiene que meter aquí.
Por nuestro lado con Mark.
Tiene que meter a ver. Está bueno, ese güey. No hay pedo, tranquilos, ve los puntos. Está rojo, este pendejo, güey.
That's what you get, son.
Bajo uno. ¡Salto mal, one shot! Agárrame.
Nuestro heal.
La pela, cabrón.
Tenemos que cambiar nuestro heal.
Voy para allá. Tranquilo, papi. Voy a ir contigo, papi. Venga, güey. Campeamos. Voy para arriba.
Busca la mesa.
Hay humo.
Se agarra, yo no tengo.
Cuidado que nadie escondido arriba. Cuidado. Que sigan gastando spawns. Ellos van a hacer heal lo más seguro.
Tengo, lo tengo. Voy a agarrar la posición de acá, ¿vale? ¿De ellos?
Nada más con un minuto, güey. Un cero bien mamado, güey, como los de siempre, güey. Vamos, cabrón.
Y tengo la Barça aquí, Güey, mejor que si alguien me cambia.
Ven.
Ven, corre. Eso. Vete con ellos. Yo tengo Barça aquí, en eso.
Morres a todos.
Rusi está rojo.
¿Puedo hacer algo por Chapón?
Está pushando.
Tengo uno en B. Me está pushando. Voy a sobrevivir.
No puedo ayudarte.
Estoy vivo.
No mames,
me llegó otro.
Me llegó 4 ahí. Vamos a Juan.
Keyes, corre, se puedes correr.
¡A tiro! ¡Una ganes! ¡Oh
my God! Ve con Identity.
Sí, ve con Identity. Recuperamos a uno que sale.
No, ha cortado.
Recuperamos a uno que sale. Recuperamos a uno.
En la derecha, hay una que a la derecha. Ganó uno. Último pilar. Ven escondido. Pendejo. Bien jugado.
Por el negro.
Bien jugado. No salga. Sí, nadie salga.
¡Otro más! Mátalo, tranquilo.
What a close round there. It almost looked like there could have been a potential for a break, but it did not happen. Ghost Gaming, they managed to take 3 rounds straight here against Reciprocity.
And I want to talk about the big part of that map. So with the marks of being placed in the control tower, they end up winning the initial marks of placement. They get it off that first initial fight.
And there's Reciprocity.
Reciprocity does. The big difference is mid-round, Ghost adjusts. They put a 3-2 split on the map. They put 2 people on the B hill. They put 3 people over on the incinerator side. Ghost then pushes those 2 people across B. They start to put a little bit of damage on Icy, who was sitting on the home side of Reciprocity. One of those members from the incinerator sneaks up to the control tower. They kill Icy. That member comes up to the control tower. They kill off Franchise, get the second Marksa, and are able to take the hill advantage. On a retake, the defensive stand fell apart for Reciprocity.
Well, now we jump into our next round here, and I believe we ended up getting, I think I want to say, an additional smoke.
Incendiary grenades.
And incendiary grenades that were added. Here we go now. The fight up top once again. Franchise, he's going to get stunned. Has to push forward here. Forces Ghost back into the corner. And Identivs, they're going to disengage. They're going to get out of there. Icy does win that Marksa, and now they're going to have control of it. So it's worked out for them. They put down the Marksa, and it's not like how it was in game 1, where they were losing that initial battle every single time. Now they're starting to have some success with it.
Identivs, look at him trying to be sneaky. He's trying to get all the way through to that control room. He does finally go down. You got to push for that kill, big boy.
Yeah, but there's also the value of
nobody's dead. Nobody's over there to pick him up, so they don't have to push him. He has to suicide.
Yeah, and I think he does that. Yeah, he is out of the game. He's out. You see we see that.
Sorry, I got really excited because I was like, oh God, if somebody's there.
It's a good point, though. It's a good point, because what if someone was there, right? Then you don't really get the value out of that kill that you thought you were going to have. Luckily for them, though, they do manage to do just that. Reciprocity have lost 3 rounds straight, Colin. They need to have an answer back. You cannot go down 4-0 in game 3, especially after the match they had, the very emotional game on training grounds. If it does happen like this 4-0, that is a pit that they need to dig out of, and I don't know if they're capable of doing it.
Here comes the break on the home hill of Reciprocity. And Sleeper will get 1, Sleeper will get 2, and Ghost Gaming will indeed go up 4-0 in map number 3.
I feel like that pit starting to get deeper and deeper and deeper. The crowd.
Mexico, look at him.
Up above Reciprocity, by the way. So that means these Ghost guys, they can see this crowd cheering for them. And Reciprocity has to hear that over their head, over the comms.
We might be in Atlanta, but home court advantage has to be for Ghost Gaming right now. The energy in the room, the crowd cheering for Ghost Gaming, it is all going their favor. Momentum, hype, energy, the love, the vibes, as we like to call them, are all in the favor of Ghost.
Ghost Gaming, they want to make things go boom. That's why they throw down a boom shot by security, and then Reciprocity, a shock grenade on their side.
So I think you're going to have somebody pick that boom up. if the fight's not going but so well in that control room, you rotate the boom to the priority lane that comes up, whatever lane needs help. If not, if you win it, you just rotate that sucker over to their home and use that to take their home hill.
You need to get a lot of value off
Here
of
he
that
comes
boom
back
shot.
out. The boom shot came out of secure and he's looking down toward B.
Scary now. Sleepy time. Kills Rush. Kills Monkeys. And again, they win the battle up top for the Marksa.
And Chaos pulled all the way back into the control room with that boom shot. You see Franchise up top. He has that Marksa. 50 rounds to his credit. He has to make these shots count. They cannot fall apart on another possible push from Ghost Gaming.
Franchise is waiting. Waiting to fight Dennis.
Just get pushed. Call for help.
Just going to disengage from the fight. Sleeper cross map. There goes the Marksa. Got two players that are going to be exposed now. One goes down. Both go down now. That's Sleepy time on cleanup duty.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! Franchise goes down. And I think he had the Marksa in his hand.
Did you like my warning?
Domination, though. The domination.
They're coming to B hill. They're going to make it a B.
They're going to go. Maybe can they get the break? No, they cannot. Reciprocity have some life in them after all. And they get a round win after losing 4 straight.
You hear Fatal Strike yelling, put your hands up. If he means anything like I've heard somebody say, put your hands up, he's saying that they need to fight back. Not Ghost Gaming. His own guys need to put their hands up because right now, Reciprocity down by 3 rounds in map number 3. You're at a standing 8 count, Golden Boy. If you go down again, that could spell the end of this championship-type fight.
Drop shot's been placed. Reciprocity want to get that power weapon in their hands. And the disable right there. So now they have nothing.
And they don't have they do not have the drop for 3 rounds. Ghost, again, I want to emphasize this. A disable is 3 full rounds. Ghost can literally close this out without ever having to worry about that drop shot.
And, oh man, this is crazy. Also the warning up above, lives are gonna reset at the end of this round. We're also gonna change the positioning for the hills. They've won this initial up above. Franchise, does he have some support? Is a player going to be right behind him there? And this is shades of what we saw in the last round as Identivs and company, they are going to disengage yet again, thus giving up top control to Franchise.
Franchise will get the Marksa, and you see Chaos. He was originally bringing that boom shot up top.
Look at this.
There Chaos uses that boom shot, I believe, to get a kill on his own home.
They're all over this one.
No. He used it to kill the person that was capping up the B hill. So they have 3 members here for Ghost Gaming at the B hill. 2 of them rotating up onto Icy in that control room.
Watch out in the
Icy
control.
has to be able to look behind him. He has to figure out what's coming behind him because it's the boogeyman. He gets 1. Don't do it to him.
Oh man, but the domination though, they had to send 2 players up top. They get the stop, and that's going to be Reciprocity back in it. 4-2. 4-2.
4-2. Mavo now calling for the choke on the side of Ghost Gaming, but there is by far no end to this really in sight. 4-2 at the end of the half. Now you go to the second half. 2 more rounds on that disable. No weapons are placed between the last round of the first half and the first round of the second half. So everything stays the same. You're basically playing it except the respawns reset and the timers go all the way back to full.
That drop shot is still going to be locked for another 2 rounds. The fight up top yet again. Icy, the hero in that last one, managed to pick up a kill. That player's going to be stunned. And Identivs, you're out of here. Roll right into him. I dare you. Icy with the triple kill. Put respect on his name because he's going to demand it.
The Ice Man cometh, and he will stay in your home hill. Monkeys has to use that boom shot to get the first kill. The triple cap being threatened. 2 seconds, 1 second. It is not going to happen. There it is. Icy as clutch as ever.
Reciprocity. We're in a pit. They were in a pit, and they've managed to build a ladder to get out of there. I don't even know how they're doing this.
Look at that stare. Look at the stare on Icy. He's looking at his opponents. There is not a single emotion out of that man, but pure intensity and hatred for how they have put them in the hole, and he wants to bring his team back out.
The Ice Man will have his way.
Look at that.
Stone face. Benson losing his collective mind. When you get Benson excited, you know things are going well.
Are you sure that he's got this on his monitor?
I'm pretty sure he just saw that. Oh, man. Here we are, folks. Now the pendulum has shifted. And Reciprocity are looking to do the dirty deeds against Ghost Gaming.
I am smiling from ear to ear because I couldn't have asked for a better map 3, ladies and gentlemen. I am almost at a loss for words for this intensity.
Does Icy have that hot hand, and did it come with him in this next game? Is he going to ride this momentum? More flashes are out, but Icy hasn't gotten the connections that he was looking for. Dezo by the box. This battle up top so intense. Icy trying to bait them out, trying to pull them away, but he's still getting chunked on the side. He's taking that damage. He's got to be careful.
My goodness, this is a showcase of 4 of the best Nasher players in the world.
This is 2v2 boxes, basically. But Franchise with the support. Busting out that Lancer. We all know that Lancer's powerful. Dezo, oh no, but
he walked into him.
And Icy still manages to stay alive.
They rotate Sleepy. They rotated Sleepy, and Ghost rotated Chaos.
Oh my word, Colin, that was such an intense
There's still
battle,
a fight. There's still a fight. They're still filtering.
Sleepy time up above. Rushy's there for the support. They're going to get the down.
What are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen, except for a brawl room brawl deep in Forge Redux?
That was a fight for the ages there. But the action continues over by the incinerator, and it looks really good for Reciprocity.
They got the E-Hill. They have button control, which is oh so important in the second half. They have Marksa. Monkeys picking up those flashbangs on their home. 2 members down here. 4 members of Ghost Gaming are getting ready to fly at Icy.
Icy, though, he couldn't get out of there quickly enough. That's when Rushies, he needs to be that hero with the Marksa. Put some damage forward, help them out. Oh no, but Rushies, he's going to be in a world of hurt here. He's got to continue to play around the corner, but Ghost Gaming, they managed to wolfpack their way through. He couldn't apply the shots quickly enough with the Marksa. And now Reciprocity find themselves in a really rough spot here. Franchise needs to open it up for him. He's going to have some help from Icy. And there goes Chaos running away. He needs to run away. Cog domination has been denied. As it currently stands, Ghost Gaming have full control of the map.
Icy didn't have any support there for Franchise. Now Icy's going to get pushed 2v1. He's going to fly back onto the backside of that pillar. And you see where Ghost Gaming has the opportunity to win this now in 40 seconds. But Swarm, with that break, has put themselves in a position to win this round.
Just a little over a minute now. He's going to be up for grabs, this player. Oh, Chaos. He got a little gully there and went for it. They got to clean this up. They got to clean this up because they just lost 2 players.
They're losing F. They're losing F.
They got to be careful here. They need to make some moves. But Sleepy Time, he's got his eyes on his opponent up ahead of him. They need to kill this guy. They got to get him out of there, but it ain't going to work out for him. Rushies goes down. The Cog team will win in 21 seconds. Ghost Gaming looking to make this one 5-3. Domination denied for the time being. This is still anyone's game here. They have time to get across the other side of the map and potentially stop the bleeding here on D. If he gets his kill, no! Is he gonna get there in time? He needs to make the play. They stop it, but where's the player on E? No one is there on E to deal with it. And Ghost Gaming, they're gonna win the round, and they'll go up 5-3.
I hope you forgive me, Golden Boy. I let you take the reins in those last few moments because without a doubt, I am so invested in watching each and every little rotation, each and every little player movement. I apologize I didn't have you back there at the end.
But it's okay, though, and you know what? I'm fine with that because, and the reason being, that was a great round. And it started at the beginning. It started with the lock at boom shot because look at what's available for them right now. The drop shot. They're going to have power weapon control. And then they've been winning that fight up above for the Marksa. So they're going to have a bulk of the power weapons in this map if it keeps going that way.
So smokes are placed on the support home hill of Reciprocity. Ghost Gaming places those shocks I think we're about to see a game changer in that control room fight. If whoever picks up those shocks can get them over there in time to back them up.
Well, it's going to be Sleeper, but Sleeper's taking him over to Incinerator.
Yep, he will take him over to the 1v1. You see a 3v2, 3v2.
3v3, but with a late ad, Franchise immediately gets the kill on Dezo. That is going to give them an opportunity. Franchise with 2. Icy around the corner. He's got to help his teammate Franchise out. He's going to be out now, and Identives is DBNO. Clean him up, and you win up top.
Get to E. They got to fly. They're going to get into the E hill. They see one member all the way back on their home line. The other one coming into the control room. Now Rushies has picked up that drop shot. He has to use this in support of the next available push. 3 members posturing for Ghost Gaming on the side of the security office with 4 now on that side. So Rushies will have to swing defense to that side of the map.
I like this play here. Icy's is in a world of hurt, and because of that, it's going to be Rushies. Up above with the drop shot. He has angles. He has vision. You can see where they are. Oh, and no, doesn't connect. Does deal some damage, though. And they take that moment, that opportunity, Dezo, when he went for that shot to push up, and he's going to reap the benefits of it, Colin.
Dezenide showing no fear in the face of Rushman. 3 members of Ghost Gaming are getting ready to push the home hill, but it looks like a pinch might come through. You see Reciprocity is now set up. It's an attempt to try to keep them from getting a pinch right there. They've got the decap. They went for the cap, but there's too much damage happening to Identives. He has to roll out. He has to get to safety. 3 members now sitting in that E hill.
If they go for it, Icy continues to put the pot shots on him. Look at that. It's a pickup party, and they're all invited. They get on out of there, and they get E as well.
A bit of a group hug moment for them, getting all those pickups. Rushies with 1. Franchise is answering with 1 of his own. Icy backs off to use that mark, so yet again to try to get some get some marks of shots in. They have him down again. They've got him down in the back, so now you have to focus on these last 2 alive.
Kills have been registered for Reciprocity.
Dezo's not respawning. Dezo's still waiting for his life. There's the elimination.
There you go.
There it is. Reciprocity with the 4th round to their favor. A little bit of economy coming out from Ghost at the end of that round.
1 more round lock, if I'm correct, for the boom shot. Oh, man, what a game this has been. That's right. So it is still going to be locked. Weapon placement choice for Reciprocity. What do they elect to do?
They're going to upgrade those smokes they put to stuns, or shocks. They're going to go for utility again. Incendiaries. I'm sorry.
And a great still a great option. You get area of effect control, lane control, just like you would with the shock. Does some damage.
Hammy or an extra one? Do they go for the? They went to the drop shot. There we go. So in 1 round, if they need to, and they go up 6-4, they will have a drop and a boom on their own home.
Oh boy.
I just wanted to see your reaction to that idea.
A lot of firepower, and we're getting down to the wire, people. 5-4 is the count currently. You're watching the E-League Gears 5 Summer Series Invitational. First time we're seeing competitive Gears of War 5 played here on the main stage.
Nice drop.
There's Rushies with the drop shot connection on Identives.
You're looking to win this round as well for Reciprocity to get it to 5-5, because in 1 round again, they will have both of those explosives at their ready. Rushies with a snub down and out. Icy returns to the top of the control room. They're going to look to get him some good information to where he needs to rotate out of here and go to help his best lane priority teammate.
Now, we may have started this show at 12 o'clock Eastern time, but it is now 3 p.m. We've been in this game for 3 hours, and we have more to come, because after this, it's going to be your reigning, defending Gears champions, Tox Gaming, going up against EU's finest, and what is surely going to be another barn burner. And for now, it's the Latin American Ghost Gaming going up against Reciprocity.
Look at the shots. Identives down. He's going to get picked up. Here comes the pickup party again. Chaos. Big shots in. There goes that drop. It doesn't connect with anything. They just get them off of that front side of the incinerator. So now, does Reciprocity go for their own pickup party, their own attempt at getting somebody in there to get the decap there on the E-hill?
And they have
Chaos down again.
Gets another pickup. They're continuously getting him down,
Icy with the down and out on Identives. Down and out. Rezik with the kill on Dezo. They got to get Chaos now.
Chaos is around the corner. Get the cleanup on him, and that is going to be yours for the taking because he got button. Now it's time to look at D.
Well, they go
the
for
power room.
Identiv's invested. Identiv's did invest. Dezo invested. Chaos has 2 seconds.
They have to. They cannot allow Reciprocity
Chaos
to
invested.
get this game back in. But now they're coming off the spawn. There goes the flashes right around the corner. The domination has been denied. Any more kills coming in here for Ghost. Chaos gets another, but it's 2 now for Reciprocity. And it's just Monkeys going up against 4 players of Reciprocity. And we got ourselves a tied game here in Atlanta.
Neck and neck, back and forth. Who will be the first not to answer back? Look at that scoreboard. Ghost goes up 4 straight rounds. Reciprocity answers with 3 of their own before Ghost wins another one.
Neither team has given quarter, and they expect no quarter. This is Gears Esports, ladies and gentlemen.
And drop shots.
And we're about to go boom in Forge Blitz. Here we go.
Oh, Lord almighty, somebody help me with what I'm witnessing. Every power weapon is within the grasp. It's on the front porch. Walk out your door. Grab it. Take it to the next fight. I can't wait. But Ghost with a little bit of an advantage because their drop shot will come back in a minute 15.
Oh, boy. Here we go. I'm going to have to stand. I can't.
You want to stand up, or you want to stand up? You want to stand up?
This is too much. What a game this has been. Hopefully you all have been thoroughly entertained. Reminder, single elimination bracket. Winner moves on to the grand
Nobody wins
finals.
control tower.
Loser goes home.
Nobody met them in control tower. Look, they got a 3-man push here and 2 at the home. Nobody met them in control tower. It's a bait. There's the incinerator. It picks up a kill.
Burn, baby, burn. Franchise with that kill on Sleeper, and that sounds gruesome.
Ooh. Got some great barbecue sauce down here in the South. I think it might need some of what had just happened.
Hit him with JR's barbecue sauce.
Sauce it, baby.
JR is getting a lot of love in this broadcast.
He is. It's only gonna happen with the 2 of us up here. You know that, right?
Everything slowed down here, as it should.
This round is unbelievably important. Identiv's a little hurt. He's gonna have to take care of himself because he's down to 3 respawns. The side of Reciprocity is sitting pretty with 4 members at 5, only one of them having invested more than that. Ghost Gaming
with the tension with the knife.
It better be, it ain't even gotta be a sharp knife, it's a hot knife through butter at this point.
Identivs and his teammate, Monkeys, back away. They have boom shot. Looking to open the floodgates, potentially. There goes again, Identivs. Sometimes you just gotta go for the play, and maybe it's gonna pay off for you. The boom shot from Monkeys is connection for Icy. Goodbye, my friend.
Chaos still has the drop shot in hand. He switches over to the snub. He's on this backside here. He's still got the round in that drop shot. He has yet to use it. He may be saving it, holding on to it for the perfect time. They get the 2 cap now. Cog team.
Oh no! Oh no! It was a lip one! It was a lip one! He shot the drop shot, but it didn't go forward!
Rusty's gonna get killed though! So even with that missed drop shot, 3 members of Reciprocity are dead. So Reciprocity still won't have a chance to win this. It's gonna take 2 minutes off of that single hill, but by God almighty, they've gotta get somewhere. They gotta do something. They gotta have an answer.
I thought that could have been a momentum shift there for a brief moment. He had a clear
Second drop shot already. Second drop shot already. They're gonna have to use it.
Oh,
he wasted again.
Oh no.
He wasted again.
And they get the pickup kill there onto Dezo. Chaos. He's got right hand advantage.
Somebody has to get inside that incinerator. Get to the angle. You're gonna have to get to the angle.
They gotta cap it. They gotta cap that. They gotta get control of this.
Heavy damage on him. They're gonna get this kill. Dezo with the respawn boom shot. Dezo with the respawn boom shot.
Here comes Franchise. Oh, Franchise. Killed immediately. Now it's gonna be Rushy's turn here.
And they get the cleanup.
Trying to hold it. But 2 players down now for Ghost Gaming.
Hail Mary! Hail Mary!
From downtown!
Oh no! Somebody give him that ribbon. That was a Hail Mary. I don't care what you say, baby.
In 30 seconds, Ghost Gaming are poised to win this. Reciprocity, they're gonna decap.
Icy doesn't know. Icy has no idea.
Oh, he's completely unawares.
Dezo is hiding. When they rotate off of that hill, he's gonna OE. Here it comes. Here comes the sneaky play. The OE. If he gets the break, it pretty much spells RIP instead of BREAK, baby.
Looking for it now. They're seeing it happen. They get it though. They get ENF. They get ENF. They're still going to win in 15 seconds if it keeps going like this. Monkeys is down. Monkeys is down.
They're going to get the break on their own home hill. This is what you need for Reciprocity. Drop shot in. The double cap, and that will spell the end of the round.
Reciprocity are at game point. Series point. 6-5.
My God, I can't take my eyes off of Icy, and those of you at home should not either. That man is the living embodiment of Gears 5, baby. Intensity, he's got integrity, he's got some intelligence. He is on the warpath.
He's got all the eyes. He's got
them all. He's got them all.
Give him a gold medal.
That's right, baby.
Hit him with the angle slam. More ammo. Is it more ammo or more time? It looks like 75 seconds there. Yeah, so it's
They drop the time down. They drop the time down. But that gives they're going to drop the time down on their boom. They will now have both of their power weapons completely upgraded for this next fight, giving them the best chance possible for yet another round 13. Man. Look at the respawns. Franchise down to 3. Sleeper identives all the way down to 2 here in this round.
Enemy contact. If you're just joining us, maybe you heard about this on social media. Make sure you're out there letting us know what you think of the game. Go to @eLeagueTV on Twitter and Instagram. Share with us because we want to hear from you, your thoughts on this incredible matchup. Monkeys, they're not going to be done yet at all. Monkeys with 2. That's going to be huge for Ghost Gaming. And now they get possession of that coveted Marksa. There goes Sleepy Time, though, for the challenge. But he's going to get peppered with shots from behind. And the Marksa does the job.
I'm looking. Sleeper on the opposite side of the map will cap that E hill. They still have the drop shot in the hands of Chaos. They'll be coming back in about 35 seconds. Both of those weapons will be coming back in 30 seconds for Ghost Gaming. Only the drop shot in favor of Reciprocity.
Headshots knocking Rushies down to what I saw for a brief moment was under 40% health. Players are having conversations on the main stage about what their move is going to be.
I think
you lost that initial.
There it is. There's another down. Here it comes. They have to push before those power weapons come back up. They have to push. You can't give them another 2 power weapons to stop your defensive stand. The boom shot up, the drop shot back.
Sleeper gets boom shot on their side. Both teams have power weapons. The boom shot, the drop shot. But it'll be Ghost Gaming that'll get it in just over a minute.
Ghost Gaming's going to get a drop shot again. There's more ammo. Monkey's got the drop shot. Look at that. On the side of Ghost Gaming, we have a boom and 2 drops in 3 different members' hands.
They're stacking them.
Sleeper's down. Was he? Did Sleeper go down? No, he didn't. He got in cover.
There goes the decap on E. Here we go, here we go. Oh no, he doesn't get the value out of that one that he was looking for, and Chaos is going to have to get out of there. Looking to his teammate to back him up there. Sleeper.
Boom shot got shot and missed. Boom shot didn't connect. They've wasted it. Now
if you have so many power weapons, Colin, you need to take advantage of them. Chaos, another kill on Rushies.
This is the moment. Reciprocity's not gone for that decap yet. Icy couldn't make something happen. Now Sleepy Time has to back away. That was their last gasp. This will basically spell the end of this round if that didn't work, and it will. The elimination comes through, and Golden Boy.
We're going to round 13, ladies and gentlemen. Round 13, game 3, first match of the day here at E-League.
I'm not saying that if you're not here, you're missing something. I'm saying if you're not here, you're missing something. You're insane to not be in the chat, rooting for your team, getting hype for either Ghost Gaming, for Reciprocity, all of it on the line. Win and move on, lose and go home. Nobody wants to lose this one. You have 1 round for your tournament life, ladies and gentlemen. Who are you betting on?
What are they going to go for? Bring that time down?
Yeah, they're going to go to 75 Poth.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Gaming put down the Ghost Gaming is given a pistol now. They've added extra utility for this final round.
They've had that slight advantage.
A slight weapons pick advantage.
Isn't the difference?
I hate to say this, but whoever has to move on from here has basically shown their hand for the finals. You know how they play the game because they've had to throw everything imaginable at this fight.
Hey, let's not forget, though, that Simplicity yesterday took it to them, I should say. So I think a lot of players here have seen what they're capable of. There's a lot of...
Drop shot bounced off the wall, didn't connect.
I was gonna say, there's
boom
just a
shot
lot
in.
going on here, people. More shots, boom shots exchanged now. Rezik gets a double.
There's the drop shot. They've called out Chaos with that drop. They try to push in. They don't get it down. Chaos runs back up. I don't think he used it, though. Icy will have control over the early round marks here in round 13, Golden Boy. So Reciprocity has the positioning, not the hills yet. 4 members, 5 members, all 5 members of Ghost Gaming on the side of the hill.
Stacking E because they know that they need to do this. There's going to be coverage on the outside, but once again, Icy has that Marksa in this position. Chaos, though, kills Sleepy Time, and that's going to stop them for the time being. That active on the Marksa, you see that yellow hit marker indication when you get the headshot, deals more damage. Monkeys is going to be out of the fight. Got to clean him up.
There you go, you get the cleanup. They got to get in the hill, Nobody's at the button. They're going to get that break. Still 4 members of Ghost Gaming on that side of the map, ladies and gentlemen. So the presence is there for both teams.
Oh, no! Icy just team killed Rezik. They got to move away from this. It may not hurt them that much, but we know that team kills always at this critical situation is not something that you want to see happen.
Oh no! Oh, Russies kills Fran! Russies kills Fran!
Again, more team kills. The pressure is on for both of these teams. Icy, 1 drop shot left to work with. They do not have the lead. He goes for the freewheeling shot there. That is damage, but is it enough to drop identity?
No, it's not. It isn't. They got to push up.
They don't see him. Icy!
Get the kill! He didn't have the money! He didn't have the reload! He didn't have the reload, ladies and gentlemen! Cry Chaos and let loose the dogs of war! Ghost Gaming is going to come out on top of this exchange, and now Franchise left all by himself with his hands up to defend himself in this fight!
What do they have left to work with here? They need to rally the troops. Dig deep. It's your last opportunity. Win or go home.
This is the last gas push. 45 seconds, under a minute.
10 seconds.
Somebody will win.
Boom shot comes up again for Reciprocity. 15
Ghost Gaming's boom shot right is up now. Waiting for it. They've got it.
That's another kill. This isn't good. This isn't good for Reciprocity. Start to think about what that plan is going to be because you only got 25 seconds to work with.
Boom in hand, drop in hand, Ghost the same. Mirrored images of what these teams have at their capabilities to put in this final fight. You see the movement will come out. They'll go after Monkeys. That will miss. It will be too short. Dezo picks up Rezik. Now they have to fly. They have to get to the E-hill. He will not get there in time without any damage on him. He's got to make something happen. He misses the double kill. There it is. There it is. Ghost Gaming. Ghost Gaming.
They win the match in what can only be described as an instant classic, a brawl between 2 top teams in Gears Esports. And what a game that was. Top to bottom, every single moment brought with it tension, drama, intrigue, action. That was, dare I say, that was just beautiful.
Glorious, gorgeous, everything you can imagine. I can't imagine a better matchup.
That was only our first match of the day. Number 1, because coming up next we have Tox